in association with the NHL and Sportsnet.
Receive it, but I don't wanna believe that this is all that we are good for. I can love it, I can leave it, but I don't wanna believe it when you say that we are done for. Are you sure you don't look sure? And we've been in this mess before. Smash your TV, burn the news. All they play is different ways that we live and we lose. Smash your sadness, go get our tattoo. We were born to win, not born to lose. Ink me, hit me with the pen. I'm an artwork, let the church say amen. Hey man, I wanna say it again. My body is the canvas, you could be the pen. Are you sure you don't look sure? And we've been in this mess before. Smash your TV, burn the news. All they play is different ways that we live and we lose. Smash your sadness, go get our tattoo. We were born to win, not born to lose. I could sing and I could dance, and this might be the only chance to go outside and have a good time. Smash your TV, burn the news. There's different ways that we live and we lose. Smash your sadness, go get our tattoo. We were born to win, not born to lose.
Hello, Canada and hockey fans of the United States and Newfoundland.
This is Hockey Night in Canada on Sportsnet.
You want action? We've got action for you here tonight.
Oh, did you see that?
What a performance. Doesn't get any better than this.
He's got a step. He's in. Scores.
Here's a chance for Crosby. He scores! Absolutely amazing. First of all, sensational Frank Carter and the Rattlesnakes go get a tattoo. Now, Kevin says he'll get a sleeve, but it takes 20 hours. He's not sure he has the patience. Jen and Kelly said, no, not for me, and I want one now after watching that opening. It was fantastic. You see, two of the hottest teams in hockey are down in Minnesota tonight. Chris Cuthbert, Craig Simpson, Kyle Bukauskas are there. Harnarayan Singh will be at the helm in the broadcast at Ottawa with Gary Galley and Sean McKenzie. John Bartlett and Greg Millen will have this one for you. Montreal Canadiens and the Nashville Predators. And later tonight, the two Johns and Scott Oak are in Van City. Good evening. Welcome to Hockey Night in Canada with Kelly, Jennifer, and Kevin. And in behind us, Kevin, you're big on mountain climbing. You've always loved the 7 summits, and that's Kilimanjaro back there. Chris Cuthbert has climbed Mount Kilimanjaro. Maybe he can mention that on the broadcast tonight. Everest is obviously iconic, but I want to show you a mountain, the tallest peak in Greece. Just under 10,000 feet is Mount Olympus. And, of course, it's where they light the torch for each and every Olympic Games. And there's only one guy who's scaled that mountain at least 40 years and expertly each and every time. And you know who it is. It's that guy right there, Mr. Brian Williams. And, Brian, you're such a dear friend. Our first Olympics was '88 in Seoul together, and you helmed the Ben Johnson coverage, and you were incredible. As always, the drama, the detail of every day. And you see me in my blazer from back in the 80s. Done a lot of hockey games, but I have to tell you, Brian, the biggest game when the stakes were the highest, no one better. Here's you.
There's a temptation to exhaust the dictionary to find the word that describes today's gold medal hockey game. But really, there is no need. Someone has already done it for us. Badger Bob didn't waste time looking for poetry. He summed it all up in one brief phrase. It's a great day for hockey.
And it is, Brian. You order the words, you select them better than anybody. Yes, happy retirement. It was big news this week, and we'll look forward to the Grey Cup a week from tomorrow. Kyle Bukauskas down to St. Paul, and to you.
Well, Ron, the big news for Toronto, no Mitch Marner tonight. Wayne Simmons will take his spot on that top line. Kasha and Riley are in. However, the Leafs and the Wild, two of the best in their respective conferences, both have won 5 in a row. Perfect for a Saturday showdown. Just ask Minnesota head coach Dean Evason, who said this the other day: my mom already told me that it's hockey night in Canada. She watches every game. Believe me. So a big hello to Sheila Evason watching in Brandon here tonight. He taught her son's all about drive and desire, and you can really see that with how the Wild have been playing this season. Sean McKenzie, over to you in Ottawa.
Kyle, it wasn't long ago that Pierre Dorion made headlines when he said the rebuild is over, a comment that he corrected this morning when speaking to the media.
Probably what I should have said is pretty much all the core pieces of the rebuild are in the organization right now.
We saw some of those core pieces in action Thursday night in a win over the Carolina Hurricanes that DJ Smith said was a gutsy performance, a much needed for the win for the Sens. It gives them a chance to win back-to-back games for the first time this season. The good news for Ottawa, the bad news for the Avalanche, it sounds like no Nazem Kadri, and we're getting word that no Cale Makar possibly for the Avs. Now let's send it to John Bartlett.
John, the Canadiens are in the Music City tonight, and it's Nashville's top line that has been hitting all the right notes as of late. Duchesne with Forsberg and Granlund have combined for about a third of the Preds scoring. Meanwhile, the Canadian season has played out like a bad country song. They lost all their stars from the Stanley Cup. They've got no points in the bank. They've divorced their GM, and now they're losing players on the injured reserve like a runaway dog. But good news, Mike Hoffman back in the lineup tonight as Jeff Gorton has to decide with his team. Does he change the tune altogether or try to play it backwards and hope that the Habs get a reversal of all their fortunes? Ron?
Well, John, the tail's wagging the dog tonight. The Situation Room, we're in it. And this is going to be going forward. Thanks to the NHL, they're going to allow us on any review to join them as they hash that out. So there's, some games I'm being told now. In fact, they may just decline to do it altogether. How about a quick word on St. Paul, Kevin?
Well, this game, all things point towards it being a high-scoring game. The Wild are second in the league in goals for. The Leafs are 10th. But without Marner, look to the Leafs to play. They've been a little bit stingier defensive this year. I know they're scoring goals, but they're winning a lot more games because they are tighter defensively. They'll need that tonight against the Wild.
And for Ottawa, I spoke to Brady Tkachuk, their captain, earlier this week. He talked about his priority was to try to remain positive. Huge win for them on Thursday. He led by example, a key play with 7 seconds left in the game to seal the victory. He needs that work ethic for the rest of his team.
And John pretty much nailed it with Montreal. A lot of good. But I will tell you this, as bad as their record is, I'm pretty proud of them because there's no quit. You know, they can look lethargic. That's what losing does to you, but they're still trying.
So, Brian Williams, I want you to get a tattoo. You deserve the rings. I know you say the games are for the athletes. These are all the tattoos from Tokyo this past summer. But honestly, Brian, you're the ringleader. Congratulations.
But inside the XL Energy Center tonight, Chris Cuthbert, Craig Simpson with the call. But first, we'll hand things off to the national anthem.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
As we honor America, please welcome Marine Corporal Joel Solorzano. He is here representing all the great men and women of the armed forces who so bravely serve our country. Now, please sing along as John leads us in the Star-Spangled Banner.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
It's a Saturday night in the state of hockey with a high-powered matchup between the two hottest teams in the NHL as the Leafs take on the Minnesota Wild at the XL Energy Center in St. Paul. There's Jack Campbell, who ended a stretch of 7 consecutive games, allowing 2 or under on Wednesday, but a 1.25 goals against average and a .960 save percentage in his last 10 starts. And at the other end, it's Caledonia, Ontario product Cam Talbot. He's won 3 in a row, stopped 98 of the last 103 he has faced. The Wild have won 5 straight. The Leafs are on their 3rd 5-game win streak of the year. 7 consecutive victories on the road. A lot to get excited about.
You got 2 teams that just love coming to work every day. This is a bit of a challenge for Sheldon Keefe. You see Wayne Simmons there. It looks like he's going to at least start with Austin Matthews. And for Dean Evason going up the Hartman line that's been so potent for him up against the Tavares line to start. So we'll watch this matchup as it goes along.
So Brian Hartman along with Kirill Kaprizov in his first appearance against the Maple Leafs, the Calder Trophy winner, and started the day 5th in scoring and gets an early shot off the glove of Jack Campbell. Zuccarello swinging across, looking for Kaprizov again. And now the Leafs are out with John Tavares. 4 consecutive games with at least 2 points. Alex Kerfoot bumps it back to the line. Brody sends it wide of the net. After it goes Nylander, but Kaprizov arrived first, and both teams start their initial change. And over the boards comes Michael Bunting along with Austin Matthews, and again it's Wayne Simmons riding shotgun in place of the injured Mitch Marner. We'll talk more about the Marner injury as he had a collision with Jake Muzzin in practice. Here's Michael Bunting, one of the hot Maple Leafs, 3 assists against Colorado and on a 5-game point streak. Morgan Rielly was a question mark earlier in the day, but reports for duty tonight. And there's Jonas Brodin for Minnesota, starting the breakout to Joel Eriksson Ek, who flips it down and a tough hop fielded by Campbell. So the Mitch Marner injury in a collision in practice. It's the 2nd time this year. Remember early this season when he was hit by Wayne Simmons in some friendly fire.
Yeah, you always hate seeing that. And you know, the intensity of practice is a collision with Muzzin a few words after that. That's not a big deal, but when it forces you to miss a key game against a tough opponent, obviously big frustrating disappointment for Marner.
So a reward for Wayne Simmons, who's been hot of late as well. David Camp out there along with Engvall, and good to see Andre Kasha back in the lineup after he missed 3 games. Here's Bukestad, the centering pass, hit a skate, and David Camp is up with it and heading north as he dumps it down into the Wild zone. Engvall is after it there, tied up by Kulikov. In behind the Minnesota net, and they continue to battle for it. Down low from the scrum, and it comes along the boards. Kasha plays it back. Camp's got it. to Engvall. Leafs make a change on their blue line, and it rolls to Talbot, and he'll cover up.
Well, this line for Sheldon Keefe on the road, it's such a good, strong line together. Having Kasha back in the lineup after missing 3 gives him that defensive line to focus on. That'll really help on the road. And here the fourth line gets a look with Joey Anderson going up with Spezza and Ritchie. The spot that Simmons was in goes to Anderson.
Leafs 7-game win streak matches a franchise best. One more and a new record. There is Joey Anderson on the draw. Got a good report from his coach on his first appearance against the Avalanche on Wednesday night, battling here in front of the net. And John Merrill wouldn't let him get to the net. Victor Rask is out. Rick wide pass. Doesn't click, and here's Travis Dermott. Rasmus Sandin through center. Over the line it goes, and Nick Ritchie will play it deep as Sandin jumps up on the play. Watch there by Goligoski, and now up high it's Jason Spezza who turned it over, and Kevin Fiala is back the other way. Kevin Fiala, 3 times a 20-goal scorer. He's been a little sluggish so far, but Dean Evason told us before the game he thinks Fiala's ready to break out. Kerfoot plays it in behind the Minnesota net. Tavares on the forecheck, but the Wild move it ahead. And here is Kaprizov, rink wide, great stick to knock down that pass intended for Hartman by Nylander. Hartman got it back, centers it. It'll come back to Brodin, and that was blocked by TJ Brodie. Zuccarello feeds the point. Here's Matt Dumba. Dumba's shot with traffic, and Campbell covers up, and that may have hit Hartman, who hits the deck in front of the net.
One of the things that Sheldon Keefe said about this Minnesota team was how much they attack the front of the net. They get in quickly. There's a couple of early turnovers that have given some chances, but an excellent job of Brodie making the first block on that one, not allowing it to get through. And right on the doorstep, the second chance was Hartman, as you mentioned. I think he did take a little bit of that hit there as Tavares tried to grab him. Hartman, who's been red hot on the doorstep looking for some kind of rebound there.
Face-off won by the Wild. It'll come back to Jordy Penn. His shot off target. Jake Muzzin moves it for Engvall. Trying to swing away from Brandon Duhaime. Duhaime, the former Merit Centennial in his rookie season with Minnesota, as Kasha plays it down into the Wild zone. Kulikov for Ben. That's Justin Hall moving up for the Leafs, and now it's Muzzin with a shot knocked down in front by Kulikov. Kasha trying to disrupt the breakout, and now Engvall holds it in. Got some help from Kasha, who fired, and that one doesn't get to the net. Jake Muzzin moves up. Hit along the boards by Duhaime. Comes loose for Kulikov, and now Nico Sturm dumps it out to center ice. Leafs had their best first period of the season Wednesday against Colorado, scoring 3 times. And Matthews drops it off, and Brodie will get to the red line. Onto the right side it goes. Bunting will steer it around. Wayne Simmons on that far flank. There's Matthews looking for Bunting. Michael Bunting in support, but it's squirted loose, and up with the puck is Dumba to flip to center. Brodie back. Now Matthews, rink wide. Bunting drops it off for Simmons. Trying to give it back to Bunting. Matthews, who has scored in each of the last 4. It comes out to center, and coming off his first hat trick of the season, his 4th career hat trick.
You know, that was a natural reaction for Bunting, who's had great chemistry with Marner and Matthews, but that's probably one he should have taken. It wasn't dropping it back to Marner, who could make a play. I think it really surprised Simmons, as he's just early on here trying to get in, trying to get some bodies and get comfortable in that position.
Dumba throws it to center. Rasmus Sandin's got it there. Great pass. Spezza's loose. Winds it up and misses the target. And back the other way. A quick counter by Fiala. Across it goes. Back to Fiala. And Campbell across to make the stop. Dangerous counterattack. You saw the wild speed there. John Merrill's in, and he whipped that wide. Alex Goligoski, who's off to a terrific start back in his home state. The veteran defender paired with John Merrill. Jared Spurgeon out of the lineup as he continues to recover from a lower body injury, and they think he'll be back within a week. Lead feed, Fiala in, and that's shrugged away by Campbell. So a couple of looks for Fiala. Up off the stick of Muzzin. John Tavares will take over, and the pace suddenly quickens.
You get a real feel of your opponent now. It's been 2 years since you've had these battles against these players, and now you get a sense of how quick the transition game happens with the Wild.
These aren't Jacques Lemaire's Minnesota Wild.
Very different team, isn't it? And just attack the net hard. They have good speed and size.
Here's Zuccarello, who worked so well with Kaprizov, overskated that puck, and now Tavares to Hall. The former captain of the Minnetonka Skippers, one of the powerhouse high school teams in this area. Cut off at center by Engvall, and he'll bring it back in. Here is Engvall, sharp angle shot, and Talbot hugged the post. Up ahead for Kulikov, who scored in the last win by Minnesota. Sent down the ice. Campbell slowed it down for Brody. And now it's Kasha back to get it. Chased there by Kaprizov. Morgan Rielly, who had 4 assists in the last season series of 2 games between these two clubs. It'll be Kasha sending it off the goal stick of Talbot. Wayne Simmons on it, high slot, and Brody had that tipped away on a good stick by Duhaime. Approaching 8 minutes of this first period. Not many whistles as Bunting charges in, and that shot off Brodin. Matthews trying to hold the zone, and it bounces into the Minnesota bench.
I'll try to get this game to a high level. A couple of transition plays. You mentioned Fiala with the pass to the inside, gets it right back, but Jack Campbell, great positioning there to make the save. The second chance, a quick outlet from the left side, another shot. The Campbells equal the square.
Tied for most wins in the league, and the Wild tied for most wins in the West.
You think of Wednesday night's game in Toronto. It was Colorado that was red hot coming in. The Leafs jumped off to a quick start. Here you've got another hot team, and this has been a bit of a non-event game to start here, but you know both these teams have the ability to crank it up to a high level.
Here's the Matthews line. Bunting with a chance there, and a good stop by Cam Talbot with the right pad. Back to Dermott. Now Matthews on the move, trying to shake the checking of Jordan Greenway. Matthews curls out of the corner, tried to feed the point. It ends up on the stick of Dermott, sending it back in front. And Greenway there to send it to the line. And it did come out. Sandin just got there a fraction late.
Well, if you've been watching this line, typically it's been Bunting who's been in on the forecheck to create a chance. Here, it's Matthews following up. Simmons gets the pass to Bunting, and a good reaction save there by Talbot as Bunting was backing up, got a quick little snapshot, tried to get it up and over Cam Talbot. He's able to be equal to the task.
Got just 4-3 in favor of the Wild early. David Kampf not happy as he gets waved out of the face-off circle. Engvall does the honors, and Kampf able to win the draw, and a glove stop there by Talbot as Jake Muzzin let it fly.
Well, good read by Muzzin as the play developed kind of out of nothing. It was a bit of a contested face-off, a little chip pass by Kampf, but Muzzin jumps right up, tries to go underneath the glove of Cam Talbot, but he's in good position, makes a solid save.
I'm watching these face-offs closely tonight. Sheila Evison, Coach Dean Evison's mom, has not been happy with the face-off to the point where assistant coach Darby Hendrickson now calls Sheila an assistant face-off coach.
Well, moms always have an input somewhere, and that good job, Sheila. And this is a matchup, though, where the top team in the league is the Toronto Maple Leafs, and Minnesota's tied for 21, so it will be a difficult task in the dots this evening for Minnesota.
By the way, Sheila's a good team player, and apparently she will not be happy with any of the attention we're giving her tonight. So we apologize in advance, but we appreciate her fandom.
Well, she's got to watch as now Sheldon Keefe has put Matthews, Tavares, and Nylander together.
And here comes Matthews, now on a 49-goal pace. Tied for 8th in the league in goals after lighting it up against Colorado. A centering pass by Nylander. Got past Tavares.
This is I like the mindset that Sheldon Keefe has, especially with Marner gone. You're going to have to play with your line a little bit to maximize your top guys when you lose one of your great pairings with Marner and Matthews, and that's one way to do it on an offensive zone faceoff.
Over the line, Pitlick plays it in. Rask able to come up with that. Victor Rask centering a line with Pitlick and Fiala. Muzzin hits the deck in the corner. And it's pried loose, and out come the Leafs. It's Nick Ritchie will drop it in from the red line, and Joey Anderson picks up pursuit of the puck, plays it around for Hall. Back to the far side, Dermott. Look for Spezza, who tried to swing it in front. That pass rejected. Ritchie trying to shake the checking of Rask. And now it's the Swiss Olympian Fiala sending it out. Past the midway mark of this opening period. And it's Kasha trying to dodge a check as it flipped wide of the Minnesota goal. And dumped back out. At center ice, Kasha battled for it. Camp comes up with it. Here's David Kemp looking for his running mate, Kasha. And Alex Kerfoot out there this time on that line as Dermott sends it wide of the net. Kerfoot on the forecheck, but it's played around for Zuccarello. Rink wide for Hartman, and now Kaprizov in flight. But TJ Brody closed quickly. In behind the net. Hartman was spilled, and out comes Kemp. Deflected by Simmons in, and you made the point that Simmons, a 10-minute-a-night guy, is not going to be able to play 20 minutes on the flank with Matthews all night.
No, that's where the combinations, if you keep track at home, will be, I think, many. And already we've seen a few on a couple of lines.
There's Matthews creating a turnover, just knocked away from Simmons, but here's Morgan Riley moving up. He got tied up, and the Wild able to clear.
Eriksson Ek's going to get the high stick here, so delay is Campbell able to go to the bench. Everybody regrouping like a power play breakout here with 6-on-5.
And it's Nylander to Matthews. Leafs flood the zone, and Tavares shot just wide off the stick of Kulikov. And the first penalty of the game coming up, the high stick against Joel Eriksson Ek. Leafs go to the power play when we come back on Hockey Night in Canada.
So west of St. Paul and Tonka Bay, where he purified his hockey skills on the frozen waters of Lake Minnetonka. We're told dozens of family and friends here tonight. He played in this building a number of times growing up, including as captain of Minnetonka High, as Chris mentioned. Sheldon Keefe said Wednesday his best game of the year so far, so maybe no better time to find the score sheet for the first time this season than during a visit back home to his home state. Chris.
And this power play brought to you by Stellara. Ask your doctor if Stellara is right for you. Leafs were 0 for 2 the other night, 2 of their last 11. They're the 8th ranked power play in the NHL. Well, the Wild are 16th on the kill. Jason Spezza on the 8 groupman. There's a hot shot by Matthews. Blockered away by Talbot. So Spezza moves up in the absence of Marner and the creativity he brings to the power play. Nylander fed the point, but out of the reach of Riley.
Well, one good early save by Cam Talbot there, as you could see Minnesota trying to be really aggressive. A couple of quick passing plays opened up that lane over to Matthews, but Talbot able to get across and get square and make the save.
Spezza dishes onto the right side for Nylander. Back it comes for Riley. Rink wide, it's Tavares. Nylander in the slot, and another errant pass that will force them to recalculate.
And a quick change here as A minute gone, a couple of frustrating passes. Both of them to Riley as he was trying to go to his left. Nylander missed him the opposite way, as did a no-look Tavares pass there.
Eriksson Ek, one of their top penalty killers. Right now, Foligno and Duhaime on the kill for Minnesota. Engvall after the puck along the boards. Knocked back to the line for Sandin. He got some power play time practice yesterday, and here is Sandin firing that. It doesn't get through. That may have hit Bunting in the back of the leg, and he's on the limp.
Yeah, it never got through to the goaltender. You can see the frustration for Bunting as it hit him right in the back of the leg.
Now, Kasha steams in, around it goes. That was read by Hartman, but couldn't catch up to it. Ritchie will regroup back at center, and penalty drawing to a close. One shot, that scoring chance for Matthews, and Talbot's not going to take any chances as Eriksson Ek returns to the ice.
Yeah, the only real good chance early on came off the stick of Austin Matthews. Here's the quick pressure and the pass by Tavares, just directs it towards his right, and Matthews gets the quick release. Talbot able to make the save, and I can tell you from battling in front so often, it's one thing blocking a shot defensively. You're ready for it. You're thinking, okay, I got to sacrifice. When you're thinking offense and you're turning towards the net, it can sting a little more, and that one got Bunting. He went back down to the dressing room.
Here's Kulikov sending it ahead. Wild back at full strength, and they go with Eriksson Ek along with Kaprizov here. And a sprawling play there by Zuccarello to get it in. That one sent the length of the ice. Kerfoot was first man down, so Talbot played it away. And now the Wild look up ice. Jordy Ben redlined it in. Zuccarello bumped along the boards, and the puck got by him and out. Now Kaprizov. Zuccarello will swat it down, bouncing it to Campbell, handing it off to Brody. And Matthews starts back, nearly gave that away, and Zuccarello turned back.
So again, this line for Sheldon Keefe coming off, even the power play, putting 34, 88, and 91 back together.
And Matthews back to the point. Riley, a tip there by Tavares. High and just off target. Tavares behind the net. Matthews will take it. Matthews centers it. Tavares was well covered in front. Good defensive positioning by Pitlick.
I think Tavares actually got in the way of that pass going over to Riley, who was coming back door, but Tavares was turning quickly. I'm not sure he even saw him.
At Dumba. Fiala takes it off the skate neatly and moves into the Leaf zone. Pass across, Victor Rask backhand, and he flipped it high. Rask got it again for Fiala. Pitlick goes to the front, and that one bobbled by Merrill. Pitlick along the boards, and there is Fiala on the other side. Off the skate of Merrill, who finished last season on that Montreal Canadiens run, and here's Ritchie to the attack. Nick Ritchie's in. Spezza hops up, and Ritchie tried to hook that pass to him. Centering play by Spezza, and Pitlick there, and back the other way comes Sturm. He'll chip and chase and get jostled there by Dermott. Travis Dermott trying to duck away from the checking of Duhaime. Now it's Bjugstad. Bjugstad, a teammate of Justin Hall's at the University of Minnesota. And it's Bjugstad with it. Curling and sending it off target. Kulikov on the other side. Plays it in behind the Leaf net. Battle for it there with Bjugstad against Sandin. Helping out his Engvall. Sandin finally fishes it out there and gets it to Kasha, gets it out to center. Sheldon Keefe talking about quicker exits from the zone. That's one of the areas of emphasis coming into this game.
That was a great read by Sandin, too. He had pressure and just hit the outlet in the middle to alleviate it.
Greenway, a weak shot. Puck on the other side in front. Greenway down, and it's rolled wide. Close call there. In and around the Leaf net. Marcus as Foligno on the prowl with a big hit on Hall. Now it's Greenway. This is the big physical line for Minnesota. Another bad angle shot. And Campbell wasn't sure where it was, but made the save. Greenway. Now it's Brodin. This line of Erikssonek. Foligno and Greenway causing havoc, but the Leafs finally relieve the pressure. Now they'll counter. Over the line it comes. Michael Bunting, and he couldn't get the shot off against Dumba. They go into the corner hard. And it gets physical, and Greenway now with words for Bunting. Simmons will say, I'll take over now. But Bunting stays in it, and everything happening as Foligno and Simmons finally drop the gloves.
The two ended up fighting are the third and fourth guys in the original altercation. Started with Greenway trying to hit Austin Matthews. Bunting responded by getting in and getting back, trying to be aggressive on Greenway, and then Simmons came in grabbing whoever he could, and Foligno did the same for the Minnesota Wild, sticking up for your teammates as both of them have done all their careers.
Well, it got physical earlier. There's the hit on Matthews that drew a reaction from Bunting. They had words, but then it was Simmons and Foligno who finished the discussion.
We want to see your game-changing good deeds to make hockey more inclusive. Visit ChevroletGoodDeedsCup.ca to find out more.
Well, there weren't a lot of good deeds in that last sequence, and Sheldon Keefe's upset. A suggestion that Foligno may have come back off the bench after a short change.
Yeah, as the end of a long shift as the puck got dumped in, and I think also the discussion is there were so many different bodies involved in a couple of hacks and a couple of whacks that only the two in the end got the penalties. So we're back to 5-on-5 and just two fighting majors.
And the two combatants went to the room early with just under 2 minutes remaining here in the opening period.
Well, and here's this camp line as with 2 minutes to go, a pretty good road period. You know, said not much has happened to this point, and if you're the Leafs right now and getting settled in with missing one of your top players, that's not necessarily a bad thing on the road in a place you haven't played for a long time against a team who's been scoring 4+ 4 games in a row.
From the draw, it's Hartman. Hartman, 19 goals, his career high in his rookie year. And here he is sitting on 13, same number as Austin Matthews. Zuccarello with that flip, trying to spring Kaprizov, who got down the ice, but DJ Brodie had it. Kaprizov got it back. Camp's in there defensively. And it comes back to the point for Ben. Zuccarello, shot off Riley. Engvall ahead. Leafs go to work with Kasha. That shot deflecting high, got his own rebound. Baked that in front and off Camp, and Talbot will cover up.
JackpotCity.net. Casino games perfectly made for you.
Well, now the little chess match goes. So you had a neutral zone against the top line of Minnesota. You put your defensive line out. Now, with 1:03 left, you get an offensive zone face-off. And what's that, the third time in the last 4 or 5 rotations that you've seen this trio come together for the Maple Leafs.
All of them red hot. Nylander with goals in 3, Matthews goals in 4. And John Tavares with 9 points in his last 4 games. Wins the face-off, and Hall across for Muzzin. Muzzin sent it wide of the net. Final minute of the period. And Matt Dumba's got it. Duhaime. That went off Tavares and bounces down into the Leaf zone. Erikssonek after it. Greenway follows up. Duhaime takes the spot to Foligno on this big physical checking line for the Wild.
Yeah, what's changed so much for Dean Evason is he has faith in all four lines, doesn't he? Not afraid at all to put anybody out against the matchup.
And here is Duhaime. Back to Dumba! Off the post! Scores! Jordan Greenway! A goal in the final minute, and the Wild have the icebreaker tonight.
Well, and this play is just the long stretch pass, and don't throw the puck away. Keep it down low. Look at the little battle along the boards. Now all of a sudden you got a trailing defenseman. It's Eriksson Ek, though his body in front doesn't allow Campbell to find where this is. And Greenway, a couple of games ago, got his first goal of the season in 30 games. And here, a couple of games later, gets another one, and a big one late in the period. 23.7 left on the doorstep. Campbell screened in front, and that one off the post and right onto his stick and in the back of the net.
2018 U.S. Olympian gets the opening goal tonight. And the Wild, like the Leafs, are tough to beat when they score first. They're 10-1. Here's Fiala, and he whipped that high on a dangerous dash.
What an individual effort that was. Fiala just took off, looked like nothing was going to happen there, and he ends up getting another good scoring chance.
So 1936, the time of the only goal of the period, as Jordan Greenway strikes late, hits the open net, and gives Minnesota 1-0 lead. One done here. Ron on the panel at our first intermission. Coming up after this.
Kevin Bieksa, and we have the Situation Room. For the first time this year, we have cameras in the Situation Room, so I suggest you three, we go there live right now and get answers to all of the questions that we have about what just transpired in the last couple of seconds there. Okay, so Brian, why don't you show just the hit first on Wayne Simmonds, the elbow that Greenway catches Simmonds with. That sort of is a little bit of a background or two. And Kevin, you take it from here, if you feel comfortable.
Well, I mean, it's too bad we didn't have what we just talked about on camera, because it was great. But this is the little inadvertent elbow that starts it, and then you'll see Greenway here. Matthews is just going to bump him. He goes through him, reverse shoulder. Bunting with a little cross check, which kind of starts everything. But the key is Foligno here. He changes, but nobody comes onto the ice for him. He sees his scrum. We listened to the whistle. It didn't really start until now. Foligno comes on the ice, and Simmonds right there has no gloves on. I think Foligno's just going to grab him because, you know, Foligno's tough, Simmonds is tough. And then Simmonds says, you know, I'm fighting somebody, so if it's not Greenway, it's you. And they have a great fight. So I don't see any problem with this, guys.
What does the rule book say?
Well, yeah,
because he can't come onto the ice and start.
Right. He cannot if he had left the ice. Now, does this constitute leaving the ice, sitting on the dasher?
Yes, to me it does.
That's what I want to talk to the Situation
But if
room about.
nobody changes for him, is he leaving and coming back, or is he just getting a little break?
No, of course not. Getting a little break.
A little breather.
He's attempting to get off the ice. He's on the dasher board. That, to me, is different than getting a little break.
But if you watch him, he is assessing what's happening in the play.
Yep.
So it's not as though he makes a motion to fully get himself off into the bench. He doesn't throw his legs over, and then he realizes he makes the adjustment to come out and engage in the play with Simmonds. But
I'm not sure really what's going to happen.
Normally, when you step into the gate, once you've stepped off the ice, you're off the ice. So I think you're probably right, Kevin. I think tactically he's off the ice at that point.
So if Zuccarello came on for him and he got into the scrum and fought Simmonds, is that okay?
No, it's not. You cannot leave the bench. Okay, let me go to Rule 70. Yes. Leaving the bench. No player may leave the players or penalty bench at any time during an altercation, which was happening.
Yep.
You already had an altercation. So Foligno sees that altercation, leaves the bench, let's say, for the purpose of starting an altercation. That is leaving the bench. That's subject to supplementary discipline.
the key point is that nobody came on the ice for him. So has he actually changed his shift and gotten on the bench?
And he didn't start the altercation. When he got to Simmonds, when he got to Simmonds, Simmonds has no gloves on because he was trying to fight Greenway. And then they kind of made eye contact, and then they fought. But Simmonds was fighting somebody here. So I don't think Foligno came on and goaded him into a fight. I think it's mutually beneficial for both of them.
And there were several moments that led up to...
There's nothing here. This is fine.
I hope there's no supplementary discipline, but But
Sheldon
it
Keefe
appears as
thinks
though
there
should
should
be.
Yeah, Sheldon Keefe was clearly on that
Right.
wavelength that Foligno shouldn't have left the
Well,
bench.
let's talk about Simmons there, because we were just praising him for earlier in the game when, playing on the top line and not finishing his checks and at the right times, right? Like, he's a smart guy. He's adjusted to the new style of hockey. So watch here. In the old days, F1 gets a body on the forecheck. But watch him right here. The puck's moved, he stops, and he gets above the puck because that's the way the Leafs play. So credit him for being smart enough to evolve and realize the way for him to stay in this league and play on the top line is to change his game. But he still brings that element of, I'm going to stick up for my teammates and get into a fight at the right time.
I've loved his game. And by the way, when you lose a guy like Marner and you have the ability with your depth that you can find a guy like Simmons from your fourth line, that's fantastic for the team.
And we have been praising their fourth line a lot lately in terms of how they're playing, what these leaders are doing for the game. But it is a philosophy in how the Leafs want to play, that they're not always going to finish their checks, that often they are out-hit in the majority of their games this season. But it is strategy in terms of how you want to play. It's puck possession, it's space, anticipating where you want to be. So that's their philosophy on the forecheck, to make sure that you're back to cover your zone.
So Muzzin hits Marner in practice and no Mitch Marner this evening, Jennifer. First of all, you ever had experience with a bad injury in practice? And second of all, a tantrum as the result of something like this?
Well, practices are intense, and I think the best teams are going to make practices competitive, where you want to battle and you want to play at your best. So it's not always, there's always discussions afterwards. Sometimes they're caught on camera and sometimes they aren't. But these are guys that are trying to push each other to be at their best. So, the old saying, right? You play how you practice.
Never happened to you?
Well, I feel like you'd have moments, absolutely, with your teammates. You have to. If you're not, you're not playing at your best in practice. If you're not playing at your highest level, you're going to have moments. You're going to have disagreements. That's what we said. We're not all going to be best friends on the team, but what are you going to do to push each other?
Tons of tantrums, if that's what you want to call it, shouting matches, arguments, and, they don't dissipate as soon as it's done, right? Like, it can linger a little bit. You might go in the dressing room after and you might have to chat it out a little bit, or it might linger a little bit longer. Like, you might get in your car after practice, drive home, man, that BX is a jerk, and I hope we're not teammates anymore. Of course, that's an exaggeration.
So back in college at Bowling Green, I got into a fight after practice with a teammate. It was innocent. He came at me. I was defending myself in the right as usual. But the problem was I lived with him. And there was 5 of us in the house. So the other guys in the house, like, can you just go apologize to him? Like, this is awkward. So I actually apologized to him in the bathroom, just the 2 of us the one time. So weird story, I know, but things like this happen in practice because you want to simulate a game and the intensity, and you can't just always flip the switch on and off, practice game. Yeah. So there's going to be things that boil over in practice.
Do we have time for the Subban last night? Just it? Well, on the way to break, we'll show you. We're keeping tabs for supplementary discipline. This is the 5th slew foot for PK, and nothing against you, PK, but this is a bad habit that you're in for some reason, and there was like a Nick Ehlers last night. So I know Jets fans will be unhappy with that, but very happy with Scheifele's 3 goals in a huge 8-4 victory last night after it was tied 4-4. Short break, more of our coverage. Thanks, 3 and Situation Room. Want to chime in? Please phone.
Yeah.
That's good. Sort this out first.
Don't be jealous. I look great.
Yes, you do.
Okay, so here's the key thing. People wondering about Marcus Foligno. Was it an automatic suspension? The answer in this case is no. And the reason it's no, it's because he's still on a legal line change. Nobody from the Wild comes off the bench to replace him, so he's still legally on the ice. For that reason, we go to Rule 70.2. A player who's entered the game while play is in progress from his own player's bench or legally from the penalty box, who starts an altercation, may be subject to discipline. So it's not automatic. I'm sure they'll review this and see where they want to go, but it's not an automatic suspension.
Also, kudos to John McIsaac, the official. Didn't blow it down right away. You saw him with the whistle to his mouth as he drifted across, but he actually kept the play alive, which I think makes it less complicated than had he blown it. And then Foligno arrives. Short break. Second periods are en route.
It's 5 minutes.
Today. The Rapid Recap is brought to you by Tylenol Rapid Release Gel Caps. Well, Jordan Greenway and Austin Matthews have been teammates for all of 5 days with the U17 US program when they played their first exhibition game against the older U18 squad. And the U17s usually get dominated in this scenario, but Matthews and Greenway put on the same line. They had the puck the whole time. Now, Matthews got hurt not long after, missed 12 weeks, so they never really went back to them as line mates afterwards. But the coaches felt, watching them then, that maybe they had a special group on their hands, and gold at the U17 Worlds that season and U18s the next suggests that they in fact did. And it's Greenway that has the lone goal so far through 20 minutes in this one. Chris and Craig.
And Kyle, it's the 7th time this season that Minnesota has scored in the final half minute of a period, and that's tied for the league lead. And Jordan Greenway gets a payoff for all the physical work he has done. And Austin Matthews without Mitch Marner in that first period.
Yeah, and the 3 shifts that Tavares, Matthews, and Nylander got together, they were outshot 2-0 by the Wild, and as you saw there, 1-0 in goals.
Shots were 9-6 Minnesota in the first period. Shot attempts were dead even at 16 apiece. And the Leafs lose a period for just the 3rd time in the last 35 periods that they played. Nylander bumps it out. Alex Kerfoot out there along with Tavares and Nylander, and back in comes Kaprizov, trying to shift gears on Riley, who took him in hard, and that will draw a reaction from the Wild and from the officials, and Morgan Riley's headed off.
Well, that's one thing that is so deceptive about Kaprizov, is that ability to protect the puck. And here, you know, for Morgan Riley, you've seen this before. This is something Kaprizov does so effectively, that little shimmy move, and so you'd end up taking a penalty. Well, you'd say, why would you do that? Because if you've watched what's happened in the past, you know what he can do. And this was against the New Jersey Devils, similar play, got inside position, and all of a sudden it's in the back of the net. And so for Riley that time, a quick little bang, but now it ends up with a penalty going overboard. Now you got to get your teammates to bail you out.
First power play for Minnesota on the night. 0 for their last 17. Really the only weakness in the Wild so far this season has been a struggling power play, ranked 27th, which is hard to fathom for a team that's been so potent offensively.
It's really hard to believe that they're 4th best in the National Hockey League goals for, with a power play that just hasn't really contributed.
Of course, Leaf fans are saying that sounds familiar. It sounds like the first month of the Leaf season. Here's Kaprizov, knocked off his stick and out to center ice. I was going to ask about Kaprizov. Everybody's heard about him, but this is your first look at him as a player. Do you watch extra tape on a star guy? His 8-ball tests Talbot shorthanded.
I think you have to, just to get a tendency. And, you know, maybe even that penalty is an example for Riley. He overdid it, but he's seen that move and said, you're not going to get around me.
Here comes Fiala. Had one dangerous chance, swung it across, and Nylander just failed to catch up to that. He might have been away shorthanded. Now Brody after it against Sturm. Dermott quickly played it toward Nylander, and that's a neat exit. Look out! 8-ball leveled on a huge hit by Matt Dumba, who lowered the boom.
And that one hurt. I can tell you, you are not thinking as a penalty killer there that you're going to get hit. Typically, guys on the power play aren't trying to line you up, and Dumba just saw the opportunity, and that one hurt.
Now Greenway over the line, Fiala, Matt Dumba. Nothing dirty about the hit. Open ice shoulder check as it comes back to Goligoski. Now it's returned to Alex Goligoski. Looked for a deflection as he tried that slap pass for Fiala. Kevin Fiala's on it again. Morgan Riley back on the ice. Leafs get the kill, but still a fire out there, and TJ Brody was dumped, no call. Now the Leafs back to the attack with Riley. Oh, there is a penalty, excuse me, and Minnesota's going to touch the puck, and it is a hooking call against the Wild.
Well, a couple of big hits on that shift, and here's Engvall just thinking, okay, I'm going to clear the puck away, carrying it. Instead, Dumba stands his ground and almost stands him right up. He stops there for a second to accentuate the point, And here's another one of those plays that here's the trip that happens right in front, and the official who was standing right there, John McIsaac, didn't put his arm up. He saw it in a way you did, but the official in the neutral zone, Trevor Hansen, thought maybe it looked more like a trip, and instead he put his arm up from a long way away.
So Dean Evison's crew will be shorthanded for the second time.
It's Fiala who was getting some skate work done, and they were trying to replace him, but had to wait as he finally does get it work, and he goes to the box.
So again, the Leafs without Marner tonight, who has 7 power play assists. Spezza's on the main unit here. It's Matthews with the puck. Tavares gives it back to Matthews. Down low, misses Tavares. Spezza recovers. And now Jason Spezza to the line for Riley. Riley across. Matthews fires. Bouncing, rebounded, brought in a backhand stop. Rebound off the crossbar as Matthews first is stopped and then hits iron. And out it comes, and maybe a 2-on-1 the other way. Eric Sinek, Matthews got back quickly, and that shot goes wide of the net. But Matthews hustled, prevents a 2-on-1. But then he gives it away, and Eric Sinek will fired on Campbell.
That's at both ends. A close call trying to score at one end, but you're right. Matthews needed to get back quickly and sort of eliminate any option for the quick pass across on the 2-on-1.
Into the second minute of this Leaf power play as they look for the equalizer, and it comes back to Riley along with Matthews. Greenway disrupted that. Bunting leans on Dumba. In behind the net, Brodin moved it, but Spezza's there. Back for Tavares, and again Spezza. Riley called for it, gets it at the line and returns it. Knocked off the stick of Spezza. Jason Spezza from the boards. Trying to get away from Dumba. The centering pass picked off by Brodin and cleared. Campbell wraps it around. Final 15 seconds of the power play. There's Engvall. Out there trying to tie up Ben, and Kasha and Goligoski went down, and looks like it's Kasha going to get the gate.
I think it's going to be either interference or a trip, but here's the plays moving side to side. Finally gets down at the net. Puck's in play in the air, but you can see Matthews didn't quite get all that first shot, but the second shot he got up quickly off the bar. Now you got to get back, and he does a nice job of getting inside position, making sure Eric Sinek has no chance of getting that puck through, and there's skate to skate, and down goes Goligoski. Live, I didn't know whether he got all of them, but no question on that. Kasha with the right skate, got the right skate of the Minnesota defender.
So it's the second power play of the night for Minnesota in 7 seconds time. Fiala getting set to get out of the box and join this power play unit, but the Leafs control the faceoff. Justin Hall trying to turn away from the traffic, moves it ahead, but wasn't to Kerfoot to get it out. And down the ice as Fiala heads to the bench. So past 5 minutes of the second period, Jordan Greenway in the first, and now the Wild on their second power play of the night. Big Muzzin trying to get it to Hall, disrupted by Kaprizov. There's Brodin, who's getting power play time in the absence of Spurgeon. In front, scores off Hall and in, and it's 2-0.
The look on Hall's face says it all there. He's just trying to box out and take away in the passing lane. And Zuccarello, you mentioned so often we see pressure here. Once the Minnesota Wild get in and turn the puck over, there's not that kind of coordinated pressure by the box. Look at how static it is. Walks in, does Zuccarello. He's trying to make a shot pass here, and he misses the stick of Hartman, but it goes right off the skate blade of Hall. You can see Hartman missed that one in between his stick, and skate points back to 36 and says, yeah, it's yours. So there's a couple for Campbell. The one deflection went off the post, and Greenway put in an open net, and now off his own defenseman. off the redirect, and it's a 2-0 game.
7th of the year for Zuccarello, known so much as a playmaker. At the line, Ritchie, and that is offside. 5:21, the time of the power play goal. The first in 19 power plays for Minnesota.
Well, it's just the third game in the last 12 that the Leafs have allowed a power play goal against, too. And I just thought at times they just got standing still a little bit, and Hall got caught in no man's land, wasn't able to get that puck with his stick, and couldn't get the foot out of the way to redirect it the other way.
So tough luck for Justin Hall. Kyle mentioned how big a night this is for the Hall family, who are here in large numbers to watch him play.
4 years at the University of Minnesota, and always great to have family and friends around and be back in a familiar spot. That one you got to shake off and get back playing.
Jason Spezza on this face-off. Centering Anderson and Ritchie. Draw one by Rask. That went off Anderson. Minnesota able to retrieve it first and clear the zone. Fiala dumped Travis Dermott. Gonna go to the box, and the Leafs back-to-back penalties. And Minnesota, coming off a power play goal, goes back to the power play once again.
Yeah, this is one Dermott just missed the body going one way. Fiala trumped around him, and he was thinking I can get body and knock him away, instead stick between the legs. So from bad to worse, you're just trying to get some momentum and change the game around, and after having to kill one, the power play is successful for many. Now you're right back on the penalty kill. Let's see if Toronto's a little bit more aggressive on this one.
So the fourth penalty of the period, and here come the Wild. That knocked down, and TJ Brodie will turn the back. Richard Brodin on this power play. Jonas Brodin getting some power play time, has been so steady defensively. I asked Dean Evason, is he one of the more underrated players in the league? And he said he is the most underrated player in the league. So watch for 25, Jonas Brodin on the back line for Minnesota. You start getting points offensively, and you start getting noticed and not as underrated.
Absolutely. It always seems that once you get on the scoreboard, people around the league notice things that your teammates and coaches do without it.
Campbell smothers that to the face-off with 47 seconds gone in this Minnesota power play.
Well, you think of what Minnesota's been able to do 5-on-5, being one of the best, or the best, even strength scoring team. If Dean Evason can get this, which should be a power play that can click with some of the offensive guns they have, and now they're just that much more a dangerous team you can't take penalties against.
Mentioned 10 power play goals coming in, 4 from Eric Sinek, 3 from Foligno. A couple of guys that had never really even played on a power play until this season.
Yeah, you would think more of Kaprizov and Zuccarello, who scored the last one, to be the ones focusing on that.
Even Hartman, 13 goals, but only 1 on the power play. Here's Kaprizov, tracked by Kachuk. Brodin at the line. Zuccarello. That Rick wide pass cut by Kachuk. Zuccarello again. Kaprizov's up top. Running through Zuccarello. Under a half minute left. Quick pass for Hartman. Couldn't get the shot away, and Muzzin with the clear.
Pretty good rotation there, though, by the Leafs penalty killers, taking away the sticks and passing lanes. Twice, Zuccarello, that looked offside. Yeah, it was a late call, but I mentioned maybe a little bit more passive on the kill, but good rotation there to not allow Zuccarello any cross seam over to Kaprizov. You know, sticks are just so important to take away any passing lane, and rotation up high. Good job by Muzzin getting the stick in there. Now you're looking for the little bumper play, but the read in the middle of the ice by David Kampf just completely takes it away and allows you to clear the zone.
Kerfoot out to finish the penalty kill for the Leafs, along with Engvall, who I think remarkably didn't miss a shift after that hit by Dumba. Here's Greenway across. It'll come to Fiala. Checked by Kerfoot, but Greenway's got it. Now Dermott back into the play. That one deflected and on to Campbell, and a quick whistle. Fiala got it loose, and that will draw reaction from the Leafs. So the Leafs get a much-needed penalty kill. 8 minutes into this second period. A power play goal by Zuccarello has made it 2-0 Wild.
Son of Critch, a new CBC original comedy coming this January to CBC and CBC Gem. Well, Marcus Foligno talked about needing to have the confidence and the swagger that they expect to be a top team in this league. He says there's a different feeling around the group this year. Last season, more the feeling out process under Dean Evason. Now, we're all on the same page as for what's expected. He also gave a lot of credit to Jared Spurgeon, the captain, and how he runs the room as he is inching closer to return. He's been sidelined with injury for a couple of weeks, Chris.
Boy, Foligno's been great on a line here with Eriksson Ek and Greenway. They score! On cue, it's Marcus Foligno.
Well, a couple of interesting bounces here. A clearing attempt that gets blocked right here by TJ Brodie. But watch this shot, gets deflected but goes right off John McIsaac. That one should end up in the corner and safely out of harm's way. And the reaction time for Jack Campbell isn't quite there. He's thinking it's going to be safe. Now he's got to shuffle back, and credit Foligno right on the doorstep. Read that play perfectly. You can never really anticipate it hitting an official like that, but he bounced on it quickly. Campbell unable to get square, and that one found a way under the arm and in the back of the net.
So how about Jack Campbell's night? It's been 3 bad bounces and a 3-0 Minnesota lead. Greenway fielding one off the post, one goes off Justin Hall, that one off the official and onto the stick of Foligno, and Minnesota's put 3 behind him tonight.
And that came again with a juggled lineup.
Here's Bunting with a quick pass, trying to get it to William Nylander out there on the wing with Matthews. A chance, Muzzin, and he whipped that high. Jake Muzzin with a look from a pretty good spot. Leafs try to answer as they start a change here. And the puck played back to the Toronto line.
I said you got Nylander on that line with Bunting and Matthews, and never really got a chance to get anything going. It's in the back of their net, but Sheldon Keefe kept them together. And you got to find a way to get some traction and momentum going in the offensive zone here if you're the Leafs trying to get back into it.
He does have the blender going now with Tavares out with Spezza and Kerfoot. And here's Jason Spezza over the line. Dermott drives the lane. Spezza tried to play it back, and now the Leafs have to retreat. Duhaime sends it ahead for Sturm. Nico Sturm drops it off. Bjugstad shot is blocked. There's Jordy Ben moving up. Ben, a little pass to himself off the inboards. And now Kulikov. Shot doesn't get past Kerfoot, and away goes Spezza. Kerfoot on the left side. 14 points in the last 16 games in front. And Spezza tied up there by Ben. Duhaime along the boards. Got it ahead for Bjugstad, and he'll send it back into Leaf ice. DJ Brodie's on the move. Here comes Brodie, dropping it off for Camp. High shot off the blocker of Talbot and up onto the netting. So Marcus Foligno adds to the Wild lead here in the second. Things gone right, but not tonight.
Well, especially for Jack Campbell. He's been so rock solid, and this is one of those nights that there's not a whole lot you could do about any of those. I mean, the one off of Justin Hall, he reacted to this one as quickly as he could, and as a goaltender, you got to shake it off. One thing that Campbell's been able to do, though, is when he's had to shut the door, let your team know if you can get 3, you might be able to get this thing to overtime. And right now, the Wild, though, like they've been doing so often, Chris, just finding different ways to score goals, aren't they?
Spezza flicked that backhand into the glove of Talbot as he's out there now. with Bunting and Matthews.
Well, and for Cam Talbot, he had only the second time this year he had 2 games off to rest, and you had to wonder whether you're coming in and you know a big matchup with the Leafs in the offense here, and Talbot twice now has sat for 2 games, and he looks well rested.
Capo Kakkonen won the previous 2. This is the final game of a 5-game homestand for Minnesota. Greenway sends it back the other way. They changed the scoring play on the first Minnesota goal, so Eriksson Ek gets an assist. He has 2 assists in the game. And Greenway got things started for Minnesota tonight.
And very much the Dean Evason type game, though, right? You know, the matchup game definitely changed with Marner not in the lineup for the Leafs. But this is a team that will get the fourth line that 10 to 12 minutes and keep everybody involved. And the one thing that does shock you a little bit if you haven't seen the Wild for a while is that they do have that speed, and they are in on the forecheck hard, and that's exactly what Sheldon Keefe was expecting, and he's seen it from the team.
I think we've seen evidence of all of the characteristics, but they were described as bigger, faster, and tougher, which sounds a lot like their general manager, Bill Guerin. Bill didn't think he was very fast or very tough, but I think we know better.
I'd give him the fast stuff. Okay. I would say maybe not the fastest, but no question that that was the blueprint for this team to get quicker, get younger, get bigger.
There's a turnover to pass for Rask that bounces back out to center. Bruce Boudreau was quite confident or complimentary of his former team this week when he said, "My Wild team was older and slow, and this team is young and fast." Out comes John Merrill. Pass for Rask, broke it up, and the Leafs try to counter. Here's Nylander trying to cut in. Nylander in front. Oh, what a stop! Did you see that? Cam Talbot, right pad on a brilliant play by Nylander, and even a better save.
What a burst of speed by Nylander there. He just absolutely took off, and credit Talbot understanding the situation. You got a right-hander coming around on his backhand. Nylander goes by and gives him a little tap, but how about the legs? But he knows here that it's very difficult to raise that puck up, and all Talbot's trying to do is drag the skate and the pad as far as he could. He missed with the poke check, and you could see he got the left foot back to the post, and because he's reaching out so far, Nylander, it's really hard to lift that up on your forehand. There's the little tap to the goaltender there as Nylander unable to get it up and over.
Leafs loaded up after that chance, and from long range, Nylander's shot off a skate. They've got Nylander with Tavares and Matthews, and Tavares checked by Rask, and Minnesota able to escape. Sandin got it back. The Wild trying to get a change going as Tavares leads them back in. Here's the captain from an angle, and that will stick to Talbot.
Spider-Man, No Way Home.
Well, Nylander, as I said, when you get your arms extended out like that on your forehand, unless you can change your weight back a little bit and get the lift, it's so difficult to get it up and over, and great job of Talbot staying with it and getting that foot back against the post.
Wayne Simmonds gets his first shift of the second period after the fight late in the first. He's back out with his old line mates. He scores! Spezza whipped that from the corner, and there's another strange bounce, but this one goes Toronto's way.
Oh, man. I don't think Talbot can figure out how the heck that went in, and went off a skate and then went off the back of his head. And credit, good hard forecheck. This puck was just kept alive from behind the net. Ritchie gets knocked down. Spezza comes in and does a good job of supporting, and right off the back of the head of Talbot. Look at him looking around off the skate, off the back of the head, and boy, it's that kind of night, isn't it? We just showed 3 on Jack Campbell, and that one off the side of the head, not even the back, as Talbot never knew that was coming from. Hartman said sorry, got through, went off the skate, came right up. What a night of pinball goals.
So Spezza gets His 6th of the year. That's his 3rd in 5 games. And the Leafs get on the board. See how much momentum they create from a bad bounce goal.
And Chris, this is a line I said to you that I thought might find some time with Kasha going with Bunting and Matthews, and no better time than maybe a little spark and a little momentum change to see if this has any merit of staying together.
Finally get a stretch too of playing at even strength after a long series of penalties to start the period. And the Leafs have been so good, 5-on-5 in the last dozen games or so. Brodie with the stretch, Kasha deflecting it down inside the line. Dumba gets back there to quickly clear. Brodie kicked it to the Minnesota line, picked up there, but Brodie with the check on Eriksson Ek, and the Leafs will counter. Here comes Kasha with the shot, and Talbot the stop and holds on at the top of the crease.
Well, that's a big save for Talbot there to settle things down. You see a little tap and talk between Kasha and Matthews. Give and go by Bunting. Kasha was looking for Matthews as he was curling back and chose the shot instead. And you wonder if that line will get another opportunity. But Talbot's still wondering how the heck that one went in the back of the net. His reaction was one, I don't even think he saw the pass coming through.
Love the way Hartman was trying to do the play-by-play to try and explain it. So it's Tavares, Nylander, and Kerfoot out there now, and it's Kerfoot along the boards. Kerfoot talking this morning about being consistently in the same role that has helped his game. Been a little bit different tonight with the line juggling. Muzzin trying to slide it through for Hall. Justin Hall in deep. Trying to get away from Ben. It'll come to Kerfoot. He gets leaned on by Kulikov. Tavares, a centering pass that's rejected and now flipped towards Talbot. And the Leafs trying to spend some extra time in the Minnesota zone. They're on the board on a goal by Jason Spezza. It's 3-1 Minnesota. Play part of Family Sundays tomorrow at 4 on CBC and CBC Gem. And we wanted to also pay tribute to Brian Williams tonight. This week, Brian announcing his retirement after an unparalleled 50-year broadcast career, which did include some appearances on Hockey Night in Canada. The Leafs travel to Winnipeg tomorrow, where Bob Irving will call his final Blue Bombers game after an illustrious 49-year run. Our congratulations to both gentlemen, who certainly made our business better. Well done. Well done.
Incredible legacy for both, isn't it? It's just amazing to be that consistent, that long, and that brilliant in so many different ways.
Remember working on a few Hockey Night in Canada games in Los Angeles, and we always got Wayne Gretzky in the interview during the intermissions when Mr. Williams was hosting. Under 5.5 left here, and the Leafs trying to push after making it a 2-goal game. Rasmus Sandin back inside his line. Tough back-to-back for Toronto with this hot Minnesota team, and then going in to play the Jets. Sandin ahead, and there's Tavares. Back into Minnesota ice for Nylander. That one kicked away by Talbot. Nylander's sniffing it right now. Went by Nylander, and Kerfoot's after the puck. Nylander arrives. Morgan Rielly at the point. Walking the line. Sending it wide, looking for a bounce in front, and Kerfoot, a weak shot. He found it first. Rielly tries to center again. Leafs putting the Wild on their heels now. Nico Sturm, a weak backhand up the boards. Rielly was there, it snuck past him. Duhaime up with it, and now the Wild trying to regroup. A great spin away by Merrill as he sent Bunting off balance with that move. Now they'll jam along the boards in the Leaf zone. 4 minutes left here in the second. Dumba across. Up high, Foligno shot right on. The rebound, bounce back in front, and Michael Bunting there, and away go the Leafs. Austin Matthews to the attack. 4 Wild get back in a hurry. And Matthews sandwiched behind the net by 2 Wild. Matthews got tied up there with Dumba. Bunting at center, sidesteps to him. Matthews across, and that pass picked off by Brodin. Knocked down by Matthews. Good job to hold the zone, and 34 plays it to the net. And up into the air, back into the glove of Talbot as Bunting stirs it up in front of the Minnesota net.
I think Dumba might be the only one getting one out of here, or else he's getting a firm talking to. You know, it's twice now we've seen Nylander try to be the spark. He hasn't been able to put it in the back of the net, but the great play he had earlier on, and then this line comes out again, and it's Nylander's quick shot. That good job of boxing out by John Merrill to get a piece of it. Another puck up in the air, and there's the back and forth, a little pushing and shoving. And yeah, more just a talking to, not a penalty. I thought the arm going up was maybe going to be a call, but cooler heads prevail.
The Leaf scoring play, Spezza from Ritchie and Riley at 12:47. Leafs need one to get within one. And David Kampf plays it for Kasha. He got cross-checked in the corner. The Leaf bench reacts. The referees do not. It'll come back to Muzzin. And a pass for Kasha. Shot is blocked. And now Kaprizov. Swatted away by Hartman down the ice, and it's going to be an icing call against Minnesota.
Well, here's at the end of that play getting boxed out. Kyle talked about the relationship before between Matthews and Green Bay, a little close, say something in your ear and then get back to looking serious again. Good to see old friends.
Leafs trying to tilt the ice. They outshot them 15-7 in the period. There's another shot, and Brody's moved up. DJ Brody back to his defense partner Riley. Tipped in front, down but down. Tavares trying to find it. Still loose, and a penalty coming up, but somehow it stayed out. That was a subtle tip, but it gave Talbot trouble on the changeup, and the puck was lying in the blue paint.
Well, a couple of really close calls as this line gets back together, and Tavares a little shaken up, but coming out of the corner, this is a quick split-second decision because Ben went down and took away the passing angle, so Tavares had to hold it a little longer. Now Matthews knows he's got bodies behind him, thought maybe that Tavares would have the opportunity if he just tipped it, but Ben once again was all over his back. Good job Tavares getting the first chance on it. Now the penalty right there as Ben came flying over and went on top of Tavares. Talbot just got his pad stacked and somehow able to keep that down and get the whistle.
So a big moment in the game as the Leafs go to the power play for the third time tonight. Trying to score their first power play goal since a win in San Jose. Riley across, and there is Matthews. Spezza parks at the back post. Morgan Riley back to Matthews. No shot that time. Tavares not into the wheelhouse for Matthews yet. Maybe now it'll be Spezza scores! Jason Spezza doubles down unless it was tipped in front. And the Leafs are within one.
Well, what a great job of identifying Eriksson Ek, no stick. So what do you got to do? You got to keep going back to them. They went back to the side trying to get a one-timer for Matthews. It never really materialized. But when you've got 3 guys with sticks and 1 without, you've got to make sure you take advantage of it. And at the end of all this is much before it. But then at the end of it, a little bump back to Jason Spezza, who's left all alone. Eriksson Ek unable to close the gap with his stick, and Matthews makes the pass. Look at the top there. Don't go to the other side. Come back to that left side, and Eriksson Ek basically doing nothing in the middle, and Spezza once again on the doorstep makes him pay.
Game on as the Leafs score back-to-back from Jason Spezza. They have 18 shots in the period, and it's 3-2. Spezza now with 980 career points. 20 from 1,000 and 6 from the great Davey Keelan.
Well, and how about the versatility? You have a key player missing in Marner, who you know is so important. You get another right-handed shot in Spezza, who just has done it before throughout his career, comfortable in those situations. And here's a big night where the veteran comes through and pays off for it.
Simmons will take this face-off. He's out on the line with Ritchie and Kemp. We see another different combination. Wayne Simmons down that right wing. He'll flip it wide of the net. Nick Ritchie on it. Ritchie with an assist in the period. Off the skate to Ritchie, and out comes Zuccarello. Here's Zuccarello trying to crisscross at the line there, and that pass was picked off.
He was worried about running into his own teammate there as Kaprizov was going in front of him. Would have been offside had he tried to venture there.
Here's Ritchie coming out in front. Loose puck, and Simmons couldn't get his stick down. And there's a penalty coming up as Wayne Simmons would have had an open net. But the penalty going against Alex Goligoski.
Well, the long stretch pass and chip. Get in on the forecheck, and it's once again Ritchie, you know, credit him. He was the catalyst on the first goal, keeping it alive, getting it to Spezza. Instead, he got in on the forecheck on the chip. And boy, for Dean Evason now, what a flip the script. You get a couple of great bounces that give you the dreaded early 3-0 lead. And now the Leafs, with lots of life, have a power play here trying to tie it before they go in for the third.
90 seconds remaining in the period. The Leafs 1 for 3 on the power play tonight, and a quick clear by Minnesota. Morgan Rielly back. He has 2 assists in the game, and now 6 assists in his last 3 against Minnesota. Matthews to the attack. Onto the right side, Nylander. Rims it for Tavares. And now Spezza. Rielly. Matthews in the final minute. Back to one-timer. Matthews right on, and Talbot's got that.
Well, that time Eriksson Ek with his stick took away the little bumper play for the shot, so you go right back out to the top. Eriksson Ek reads this, and you can see he doesn't allow it to get to Nylander, but then you go right back, and Tavares just a little late getting there. He was in the high slot. I don't think Matthews, he tried to get down on that one, didn't get all of it, and an easy save by Talbot.
Spezza wins the draw, gets it back from Rielly, in front, scores! Austin Matthews, tie game as the Leafs scored 2 on the power play and 3 straight to get even.
Well, and all roads go through number 19, and this one again, he's in on all 3 goals. The face-off so important as Spezza goes down, kicks out, and everybody is looking at the puck. Nobody looking at the top goal scorer as Rielly takes it one way, back out to Spezza, who won the draw. And how about this pass? Tape to tape on the back door. Duhaime not able to get there. Nobody finds Matthews. The great ability to get away from traffic and then come into the tough areas. And a costly penalty ties this game at 3. What a turnaround. It was the Wild who scored the late goal in the first. Here in the last minute, the Leafs have tied the game.
Goals in 5 straight for Austin Matthews, 14 on the year. Came into the game on a 49-goal pace. And the Leafs have battled back from a 3-goal deficit. A night where it looked like nothing was going to go right has turned dramatically. Muzzin back in, look out. Got crossed up with Engvall in the late stages of this period. Puck along the boards, and it'll be worked ahead by Minnesota. And steered back into the Leaf zone. Muzzin overskates it. Campbell tips it into the corner, and the period is done. Minnesota scored 2 in the second to make it 3-0, but then Jason Spezza went to work with 2 goals and an assist on the equalizer by Matthews. It's getting interesting here in the state of hockey. We're through 2. Our second intermission coming right up.
I was talking about Brian Williams, but he's down in the state of hockey. You know, for years he did the high school hockey tournament there, and it's a great game. They're all great games this evening. So, to the news of the day, just because I love the radio show, Elliot, you get to go first.
Well, just to update Mitch Marner out surprisingly for Toronto after the collision in practice yesterday with Jake Muzzin. Won't play tomorrow against Winnipeg. They'll have a clearer idea of what the situation is when they return home after that. All I'm told is the Maple Leafs will be careful.
Jeff Gorton, what's going to happen in Montreal?
So Jeff Gorton had an interesting comment. He had his first media meeting with the Canadians, the people of Montreal yesterday, and one of the things he talked about was the possibility of somebody different as a GM, maybe an agent. And the person who I believe they're interested in, who is an agent, is Kent Hughes, who's born in Montreal. He is bilingual, now in the Boston area, so there's a connection to Gorton from both of them being around there. Among his client lists include Patrice Bergeron, Chris Letang, and formerly Vincent Lecavalier. The agency is Cortex. I think he's on Montreal's radar as a candidate. Now, from what I've been told, there's been no contact at this point in time. And as Gorton said yesterday, they haven't reached out to interview anybody, but I do think he's one of the agents or the agent on Montreal's radar.
All right, the situation in the American Hockey League, Jeff.
Well, there's a few sidebars to all this as well. There's a conversation going on around professional hockey right now, the NHL, the AHL as well, and it revolves around the idea of revisiting the taxi squad. Now, I know that nobody wants to have this conversation right now, but all of this is in light of what happened earlier this week when the Boston Bruins were unable to call players up from AHL Providence because that team had an outbreak. Now, before you shoot the messenger on this one, I checked with Deputy Commissioner of the NHL, Bill Daly. I said, are you looking at doing taxi squads in the immediate future? And he said, no, not at this point, Ron. But when you look at the American Hockey League right now, there are 7 teams that have been shut down due to COVID right now. So that means that there are 10-plus players or team personnel that have tested positive. Double-digit games have been canceled. We know it's challenging in the American League. They don't test as much as they do in the National Hockey League. There are different challenges they have when someone tests positive. The testing does ramp up. With all the talk about e-bugs and the inability to call up players in the American Hockey League, I know we don't want to discuss it, but we may have the conversation, Ron, about taxi squads again.
What would be the biggest drawback to going back and having taxi squads, Jeff?
The biggest drawback to taxi squads is logistically, I would imagine it would be tough to implement halfway through the season here right now. I think for some teams they could do it. Like there's about 18 teams right now in the American League that are fine, that don't have any COVID situations, about 8 or 9 of them that do. It would be a tough one, I think, to do halfway through the season.
Radar, some names.
Well, first of all, you want to do Drea Barone?
Drea Barone.
Speaking of the American Hockey League, this is a great thing is about to happen on Wednesday. So in Laval, the Laval Rocket will face off against the Manitoba Moose, and Drea Barone will make history as the first openly gay official in American Hockey League history. Congratulations, Drea. Congratulations to the American Hockey League. He has a marvelous story as well. He'll be interviewed by Christine Simpson as part of the Big Picture Wednesday on Scotiabank Wednesday Night Hockey. Looking forward to that one.
Great.
Congratulations. And just a couple other news and notes around the National Hockey League. First of all, Jake DeBrusk, the news this week going public that he's asked for a trade from the Boston Bruins. I've heard the Bruins are legitimately trying to do this. They have searched the market hard to see what's out there, but they have made it be known to other teams they will do it on their timeline. They will look for a defenseman or a forward who they consider of equal value to DeBrusk before they will commit to making a deal. They are trying, but they want equal value, and they still, as an organization, have told teams they value DeBrusk highly.
The Dallas Stars as well. We talk about Dallas a lot. The Dallas Stars, now they have their goaltending tandem. Jake Ottinger, Braden Holtby, they've been fantastic. Dallas has won 6 in a row, one of the best teams in the NHL. They have started to test the market and see what they can get for Anton Khudobin. I know they spoke to at least one team last week, and that team is the Buffalo Sabres.
Thanks to you, Jeff Merrick and Elliot Friedman. A short break. We'll come back. Don't forget, an hour from now, another great matchup from Vancouver, where Sidney Crosby and Bo Horvat lead the Canucks and the Pittsburgh Penguins. Kevin, Kelly, and Jen with their thoughts coming up.
We found a way to make Coke Zero Sugar taste better.
Be a guest of ours. He was a superstar with the Lumber Kings and then went on to join his brother Dean at Victoriaville, to St. FX, and to the NHL, and Sheldon Keefe's haunts. So it's going to be a very special show. Doing color tomorrow night on the Brockville Braves at Pembroke Lumber Kings broadcast. So you guys be ready. It's going to be a sparkling analysis. Okay, Kelly, a thought on the Toronto comeback?
First of all, Little Drummer Boy by Bob Seger. That's my favorite.
Good.
I don't know about you guys, but you know, Toronto Maple Leafs Leafs, by the way, I am not surprised that they have come back in this game. Not at all. This is a different team than would have been maybe 2 years ago. This is a team that has proven to me over the last little while that they are for real. Now, I know the loss last year in the first round of Montreal really hurts, but trust me, I think this is a really great team.
Jen, do you have a carol?
Well, my kids love Rudolph
I'm
the
looking at
Red-Nosed
my
Reindeer.
title.
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer is on repeat at our house these days.
I'm Michael Bublé. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas.
Oh, that's pretty good, actually.
Better than Jack Hughes,
You're
at
sweet,
least.
and you look like Michael Bublé. That's good. He's got a big radio special extravaganza coming up.
Tougher than
the holiday
Michael
season.
Bublé, though.
I'm Enrico
Hopefully.
Caruso, Oh Holy Night. You remember that one? It was just out. Okay, on the pregame show, he's a long time ago.
Yeah, no kidding. I never heard of that one. I'm sure it's great.
This was Jason Spezza on Hockey Central tonight.
Got a nice Bauer weapon here, the same one I've been using for years. I can't say I changed a whole lot, so I think the slap shot works because nobody else takes them anymore.
Kevin,
Well,
good question.
yeah, it's definitely a weapon. It's a weapon tonight, and he says he hasn't changed it much over the years, which is surprising because he seems like a guy that tweaks it a lot and works on it. But think about how you can create offense in the later stages of your career. Everybody slows down. It's just inevitable. You look at Ovechkin. He's still scoring at the same pace. It's your shot. And this guy's shot is dynamite. It's been a strength of his whole career, and he's used it again tonight. That was great vision to Matthews on the power play. It's a nice night for Spezza. It all starts with that stick and his shot.
I mean, just a comment on Spezza. We all said he seems to be enjoying it so much. You can tell how happy his teammates are, but he's embracing this, playing to his strengths, and just seems to be enjoying the opportunity with the Leafs.
And you said he's the former captain of the Sens, that
Yes.
Brady Tkachuk would want to lead them, keep the momentum going, and they are.
And the effort, right, has been so key for the Sens and for them to build. They had a great game against Carolina, a strong team on Thursday. And then tonight, up against Colorado, another really good team. And Stützle has been excellent. Tkachuk gets them started, gets them rolling in the first. A nice pass by Stützle. And Stützle driving to the net, using his speed, protecting the puck, gets taken into the net, so the goal stands. But again, the effort here from Tkachuk in front. Norris has been good for them lately as well. So has Batherson. They're talking about the pieces of the puzzle they need for the rebuild that are in the organization right now. A second goal by Stützle. Some great performances by their young talent.
Excellent, Jennifer. And lastly, Montreal's in a 2-2 tie, and it was Suzuki got them their first, and then Christian Dvorak gets the second goal here, and it's again a video review, and it was allowed to stand. So a nice performance by Montreal, who are playing a bit shorthanded tonight in Music City. And there's Dvorak, part of that huge line, ironically, with Mitch Marner, who we've talked a lot about tonight and is out of the game in Toronto, and of course Matthew Tkachuk. So that's where we stand. 3 early telecasts are all tremendous. The third periods of those games, and we're an hour away from Van City, where Sidney Crosby and the Pens are in town on Hockey Night in Canada.
People assumed I grew up to play hockey.
GMC AT4 lineup. Well, Jason Spezza was often the voice of reason during moments when the waters got a little rough around the Leafs earlier in the season. Sheldon Keefe said he has a great ability to recognize how long the season is, but still value the importance of each day. 2 goals on 2 shots so far tonight, along with a beautiful assist on the power play, has the Leafs and Wild tied at 3 with a period to go. Chris?
Another vintage night for Jason Spezza. And Zimmer, we started the night talking about win streaks on the line. Something has to give. And here we go to period 3, tied at 3.
Yeah, 5th game of a homestand where the Wild have been perfect, and the Leafs 7-0 on the road, trying to push it to a franchise record 8.
The Leafs have had 3 5-game win streaks this year, have not been able to get to 6. Well, what a comeback in that period where they outshot Minnesota 20-7. William Nylander with an early shot. He helped kickstart the comeback, even though he is not on the score sheet tonight.
I have no question that he individually sparked the bench a little bit, a couple of big plays, and his teammates followed up on it.
Goligoski looks for Zuccarello. Hartman, Zuccarello, and Kaprizov. It's played down the ice. Spezza trying to outleg it against Goligoski. And gets there, and now it's picked up by Bunting. Bunting, Spezza, and Matthews. Austin Matthews, a goal and an assist. 5-game goal streak, his 5th power play goal of the year. As he gets the equalizer late and has the puck again, trying to get back into the Minnesota zone.
Well, you remember where the Wild got puck watching on the Matthews power play goal back door. That time Merrill did a good job as Matthews was sneaking around the net. He could have had a tap in had John Merrill not got in the front.
Now Foligno, best line for Minnesota tonight out there. Greenway rips that shot wide of the target. Foligno able to retrieve it, knocked off the puck by Muzzin. It's centered in front and chopped away from Foligno there. An assist short of a Gordie Howe hat trick as he takes a run against Muzzin. And an icing call against Toronto.
Well, it was Spezza to Matthews on the power play. This time again, Spezza does a nice job keeping it alive. Bunting chips it back, and watch Matthews get caught on there, get lost on the backside as a little stop back, and both Bunting and Matthews were there, but Merrill able to get his stick in the way and not allow anything to get through.
Victor Rask, been the best Minnesota player in the face-off circle, wins a draw and a glove stop by Campbell, who I know you put into focus here after it got to 3, and none of them really the fault of the goaltender, but now he's going to try and shut the door as he's done so often.
The biggest thing for me, messaging that Campbell's been able to give his teammates all year is, guys, I got this. I'm not going to let the bad goal in at the wrong time when the momentum has changed. And so when it was 3-0, you almost feel like on the bench, you know what the number is you got to get to, and then Campbell will shut the door.
There's a face-off right off the goal post. That time the Leafs get a break. And a shot here by Ben is blocked by Kasha.
And right on cue, he almost got scored on. Needed the goal post, as every goaltender will say, that's all it gave you.
Another face-off win for Rask. Kasha with a shot. And stopped by Talbot from behind the goal line. Camp tried to bank that in on Talbot. And now a hit, it goes for Fiala. Can't get loose, and Dermott for David Camp, who puts it back into the Wild zone.
Well, with the way it's been tonight, Chris, don't you think never a bad shot? I don't think there is a bad shot out there. Almost a couple of banks on both ends. One off the post and back, and then from a bad angle and almost in.
Here's Morgan Riley winding it up. 3 assists tonight for 44. Pass out of the reach of Simmons. Minnesota will start back out. The veteran Goligoski redlining in, a cup winner with Pittsburgh way back when. It'll be chipped back to the line, and there's a glove stop by Campbell off Merrill.
Well, for Jack Campbell here, this is one of those face-offs where the puck was in play. Quick little turnaround. What a nice job by Fiala getting to that puck, turning around, get the goaltender, best friend goal post, and then off a bad angle. Camp trying to put the second one in from a bad angle off of Talbot. Instead, Talbot stayed close to the bar.
Campbell 0-2 against Minnesota in his career, despite pretty good numbers, a 2.05 goals against average coming in. But as a member of the Los Angeles Kings, didn't get any run support. Goligoski plays it to the Leaf line. Muzzin for Tavares. Tried to dump it in, but unable to get it deep. Merrill ahead, bouncing puck, Kaprizov. Here's Kirill Kaprizov, spinning it across. Oh, he nearly had Zuccarello on the far side. Now back the other way. It's Kerfoot, hot footing into the zone, but unable to connect there with Nylander. Now it's Hartman. Open up here in the third period. Little run and gun, and Zuccarello, a backhand right on. Dustin Hall in some trouble. Pocket pick, but got it back. Now Kaprizov, and that's kicked away by Campbell. Kerfoot on the other side. Hounded there. Hall to try and help him out. Taken away by Hartman, but John Tavares steps back in and got it to Kerfoot. Fan on the clear. It's still alive for Minnesota. Jordan Greenway's on it. He'll feed it back to the line, into the slot, and Jack Campbell doesn't like the looks at that. And holds on.
Well, good play for Campbell to hold on there, as Greenway had already made a change for Kaprizov, and we haven't seen a whole lot of these flashes. This is another example of just timing and respect to the outside, as Muzzin didn't want to overplay him. It almost opened up Zuccarello on the other side, then Hartman in alone, and just trying to get anything towards the net to create a rebound. That second save was a really tough one there for Campbell off the backhand by Zuccarello.
From the draw, the Wild able to keep it in. Brodin shot Knocked down in front by Foligno. Spezza's got it, and now they're out. And Riley did the attack again. Morgan Riley missed yesterday. He's been bothered by a sore foot after a block shot in California. They actually sent him back for more x-rays yesterday, but he's been all over it here tonight. Brodin tried to get it in, knocked down by Riley. And Bunting, that'll roll to Campbell, and he's going to hold on to that. We got a penalty.
Yeah, that puck getting deflected, looked like it was going to be cleared. He got a little bit of a battle going on. I think Morgan Riley just expected this one to be cleared and gave a little bit of a tug as he's arguing his way to the penalty box, and I don't think he's going to win the battle. Let's have a look.
2 minutes for holding the stick.
Made the play. Well, yeah, they're both kind of holding each other's, and that was the argument there. I think Eriksson Ek, watch them both. They each have each other's stick right now. Eriksson Ek has his left hand on Riley's stick. Riley has his left hand on Eriksson Ek, and the only one going to the box is number 44.
Tough call at a tie game in the third period, isn't it? So we'll see the Wild power play for the 4th time tonight. They're 1 for 3. They win a draw. Shot is on, and Campbell able to come up with that puck before Eriksson Ek.
Well, and the key there for Campbell is just the calmness. You're right. He knows he's got someone coming to the front, and instead, sometimes you can make too much movement, open up the legs, and let that one trickle through. But he did a nice job of getting it and getting the whistle.
Eriksson Ek wins the draw. And we got another penalty coming up, and we're going to penalty against Toronto. It's going to be a 5-on-3 as the puck is touched. It's a high sticking call, and for 1:48, it'll be a 2-man advantage for Minnesota as David Kampf is sent off.
Well, watch off the draw. Just gets the stick up. Eriksson Ek puts his head back, so that's 2 in a row. Eriksson Ek drew the other one when he grabbed Riley's stick. Riley ends up going, and now off the face-off, losing it. A bit of a high play by Kampf. Now there's such an important role as Kampf with the face-offs. This time it's Kerfoot on his weak side trying to win the draw.
Huge opportunity for the home side. And Kerfoot breaks his stick, and he'll head off to get another cue.
And Eriksson Ek will get tossed out of the face-off dot, so maybe a little easier here for Kerfoot as Zuccarello hasn't taken a draw, but he seems to, or no, Hartman comes in and he's had a night where he's 42% on the draw.
Wild have won 5-on-3 goals so far this season. Leafs have not scored or allowed a 5-on-3. Jonas Brodin down into the corner, Zuccarello back to Brodin, and it jumped over his stick and all the way back into Minnesota ice.
Well, you wonder if he just took a little peek to try to anticipate where he was going to go and took a bad hop. What a break for about 15 seconds there for the Leafs penalty kill.
Kaprizov hands it off. Zuccarello to Brodin, back to Zuccarello. Hall, Muzzin, and Kerfoot looking for one of the bigger road kills of the year. Hartman across, one-timer, Kaprizov stop on that blast off the shoulder of Campbell. Zuccarello back, Brodin in, Zuccarello to the middle, holding, and the shot blocked by Kerfoot. Zuccarello doesn't like to shoot, Kaprizov does, and Campbell's got that with 46 seconds left in Morgan Riley's penalty.
Well, Kaprizov frustrated with that shot, but here's a set play from down below the line, just walking into it. Look at how aggressive that Campbell was coming out. He was telescoping out to the top of his blue paint, and then the next one, Kaprizov sliding to his left, didn't get a lot on that one, and just good positioning there. Kaprizov not getting the shot, Campbell able to hold on, and now a timeout to try to regroup and make sure you get something in the back of the net here for the Minnesota Wild.
So the Wild called the timeout. That will allow Sheldon Keefe to keep the 3 men out that he wants in Kerfoot, Hull, and Muzzin.
providing competitive odds on all sports. Sports Interaction is Canada's odds maker.
Well, can Canada's Christine De Bruin keep her podium streak alive? Women's bobsleigh action. Watch tomorrow at 2 p.m. on CBC.
Chris, I don't mind the timeout for Evison here. This is almost the game, don't you feel? You get the long 5-on-3. You had a couple of half-decent looks, but ultimately didn't get the kind of one-timer chance that you're hoping for when you're in this situation.
Leafs have killed 26 of their last 30 shorthanded. But a big ask here. Here's Hartman shooting, blocked by Kerfoot, cleared by Muzzin. And Kerfoot can get to the bench to get a new stick.
Yeah, Bobby Hastings got it there already. He's broken 2 sticks already on this 5-on-3.
Couple dozen seconds remaining in the Riley penalty. Zuccarello gets inside position. Shot off the glove of Campbell. Kaprizov kicks it out to Zuccarello again. Here's Kirill Kaprizov. Hartman stopped by Campbell. What a good look. Campbell back turned. He's lost his stick. Leafs in some trouble. And the puck stays in the zone. First penalty done. Kaprizov's in. Kaprizov fired it wide, and it comes around for Riley to get it down.
Boy, that was a break for the Wild. It hit the stanchion and came back. Had that gone clear, it might have been an easy 2-on-1 for Riley as he was fresh coming out of the box. But how about Jack Campbell again? A couple of huge saves after some anxious moments on the 5-on-3.
Put the firewall up, 7 shots on the 5-on-3, an extended 5-on-3. But the Leafs kill it, and now they can go to work. Riley back out there. Puck rolled in by Tavares. Nylander's after it. Goligoski there for Minnesota. Greenway in support. There's a funny hop, and Matthews swing and a miss. And the puck comes outside the line. John Tavares can't get it to Nylander. And Kevin Fiala sends it down into the Leaf zone. Foligno along the end boards. Puck loose and found by Riley. Banks it off the boards. Foligno read that, got a shot away. It's a loose puck, and now Campbell's got it with Fiala on the doorstep.
Oh, the shots are coming at great lengths. A 5-on-3. Sometimes you got to dedicate your body. Kerfoot with the block. How about this save with Campbell right on the doorstep in front? And Kirill Kaprizov with the one-timer for Hartman. And again, Campbell able to make the play when he has to. A tie game going on.
Seven goals have come from this season. He said last week he still doesn't consider this game work. Over 1,200 into his career, and he's managed to make it look easy again tonight, Chris.
4 goals in his last 5 games. Leafs' biggest comeback for a win this year. Coming back from 2-0 down to beat Chicago in overtime, 3-2. Which really finally got them pointed in the right direction this season.
That was really the start of this great run that they've been on, and I credit in that game some just enormous saves by Jack Campbell when the game was on the line. Even in overtime, he was able to make 2 before Nylander scored the game winner. Here again, down 3-0 on some bad breaks. He's been able to shut the door since.
David Kampf wins the defensive zone draw, but a giveaway, and Campbell called upon again. Bjugstad stopped, and Campbell's made 15 saves here in the 3rd period.
Well, on a night of bad breaks, here's another one. A clearing pass hits a stick, and now you're back to forced to make Campbell to even make a play. It looked like they should have been able to clear the zone. Instead, he had to make a glove save.
Shots were 26-16 after 2 periods in favor of Toronto. They're now 31-30 Minnesota. On this face-off, Wild found it first. Duhaime unable to get the puck to the net. TJ Brody along the boards. A good outlet to Kampf and Kasha. And the Leafs are out. And Engvall gets it in. I think Pierre Engvall is going to be sore tomorrow, though, don't you think, after that Richter scale hit by Dumba in the 2nd period? hasn't missed a shift. Knocked away from Bjugstad, who has to go back to recover it. Former Mr. Hockey in this state. That's the award for the best high school player. Campbell knocks that one down. And Bunting off the bench will play it back to get things organized. TJ Brodie curls back with Fiala watching him. Riley ahead for Bunting at center. That pass doesn't work. Scoop back in, and there's the dangerous Fiala. Sprawling play by Dermott. Neatly knocking it off his stick. Brodin's shot hits Sandin in the slot, and the Leafs are out with Spezza. Feeding it to Matthews. Austin Matthews with a spin, but can't get past Brodin. Bunting along the end boards. Dumba finds it, and he'll head out for Minnesota. Here comes Matt Dumba over the line. And a pass off a stick that ricocheted back to center for Brodin.
Good job of Sandin there. That's the key. Just don't allow that pass to get down into your net area. Instead, you're going back the other way.
Now onto the right wing, Nylander. Nylander knocked down by Greenway. Strong play by big Jordan Greenway. 6'6", 231 pounds. Chasing after that, and Hall will get there first. Eric Sinek in the vicinity as well. Comes loose. Nylander tried to knock it away. Greenway sticks on it. Back for Goligoski. Muzzin up the boards. Held in again by Goligoski. Now they're out. And it's Nylander with Tavares trying to catch up. And Talbot's going to snag that and hold on. 9:25 left. Who breaks a 3-3 tie? Travis Dermott with a great defensive play to keep it tied. Like it wouldn't be their night, but then 3 in 6:23.
You know the old saying, throw everything you can at the net, and that's Spezza goal, and then all of a sudden you get a couple power play chances. You execute perfectly in the dying minute of the second period, and those fans in the building are happy. The other ones were a little stunned as a 3-0 lead evaporated, and that's where we stand now with 9:25 to go.
Faceoff went in the offensive zone, and TJ Brodie ventures in deep in the corner. Up against Duhaime. Ritchie fired that right on, and off the logo and held by Talbot.
Another interesting look. Simmons, Ritchie, and for Sheldon Keefe, you've had a 5-on-3 you've had to kill. You got the same guys out there. You got a couple different looks, so you have to get everybody involved. There's still 9 minutes to go, and you don't want to be exhausted trying to push to get the next goal.
Here's Ritchie, who has an assist tonight, coming out of the corner. In front! Oh, that hit a skate in front! As Morgan Riley looked like he had an open net.
So, Chris, the last play before, Riley went down and Ritchie didn't quite see him and shot the puck. This time, maybe a little communication after. Ritchie's got his head up the entire way, and you're right, Morgan Riley ended up hitting Simmons in front there, but Ritchie had good awareness. Riley gets lost, gets by his man, but unable to get the shot he wanted.
On the draw, that shot off the side of the cage. Stern bumps it back, and a wild breakthrough center. Flipping it down off the stick of Brodin. Brodie there, working it onto the right side for Simmons. Brodin's pitched down to seal the wall. Here's Riley on the other side of the 3-assist night. Ritchie unable to barge through. Leafs in the midst of a change as Ritchie heads off. And Nylander checks in along with Tavares and Kerfoot. And here comes Kaprizov. Campbell out of the net. Defers to Muzzin off Tavares. Kaprizov a weak backhand wide on a Leaf giveaway. Hall along the boards. Now back to the near side. Jordy Benn sends it in. And Justin Hall brings it out. Tavares for Nylander, and Kerfoot trying to skate onto that against Kulikov. Too far for Kaprizov, and kept in at the line by Sandin. Here's Tavares stopping another breakout pass. Out comes Bunting. Bend to the Leaf line. Sandin had trouble with that. And it's Hartman from the corner. Tried to play it back, and that was intercepted. Great takeaway, Matthews. On to the right side, Spezza. Trying to get it back to Matthews out of his reach. And Talbot will cover.
A little anxious moments end to end, and you look to your superstars to try to get someone. Kaprizov in on the forecheck. Fortuitous turnover, but look, the backhander nowhere close. Matthews makes this play as often it happens in the defensive zone. Good defense ends up at the other end of the ice, and just a little bit too far ahead was that pass by Spezza, unable to get it. But another good example of taking care of one end, ends up with the puck down at the other.
Matthews with his 8th multi-point game of the year here tonight. Matt Dumba behind his net. 7:07 left in the third. Shots now 34-32 Toronto. Greenway back for Dumba. Bounces it in. Greenway after it against Riley. Dumba's in deep as well. And there's Marcus Foligno. Goal and an assist tonight. Or excuse me, a goal and a fight tonight. Godin fires right on. Cut off by Foligno again. Leaned on along the boards. Brody battling. Eriksson X in there. Matthews trying to help Brody out. And now Riley scoops it. And Spezza sends it 200 feet to regroup. Follow all the action during Beijing 2022 and everything leading up to it. Download the CBC Sports app today.
We got some tired bodies out there. Spezza was just dead tired and threw it down the ice, trusting his own face-off ability to win this one to clear the zone.
Victor Rask, though, is 8-1 in the face-off circle. And that shot deflected just wide. Fiala tries to tuck it. Couple close calls there off a face-off win. The face-off coach will be happy with Victor Rask tonight.
Now you're forced, as Matthews couldn't get that one to curl stop. There's a clean win, as you said, and now you're just worried about any kind of a tip in front. There's the high tip that just goes wide, and then everybody's in scramble mode, and here they will be in the exact same scenario on the right side as Spezza tries to beat Rask this time.
Michael Bunting's been out there over a minute and a half, but the Leafs win a board battle, and Spezza skates out this time. Got the red line and gets it in to get a change. Under 6 left in the third. Tied at 3. Goligoski's pass off a Leaf stick, but picked up here by Fiala for Pitlick from a sharp angle, and Fiala causing a commotion in front and getting attention once again as he's cleared away. Jack Campbell has been terrific here in the third period, and it remains tied at 3. From Kim's Convenience, coming this January on CBC and CBC Gem. Couple of streaking teams have been on a collision course here tonight. The Leafs' 15-2 run, the best in franchise history for a 17-game span, and trying to enhance that over 18 games here tonight.
In the Minnesota Wild, their best ever start, 23 games into the season. We're kind of talking similar with both teams, just the way that they've been playing.
A lot of similar storylines. Kaprizov the most points at this juncture of a season in Minnesota Wild history. Goligoski can't get loose at center. And a pass off the skate of Kemp, trying to charge in. David Kemp centers. Spun away there by Merrill. Here's Engvall behind the net. Knocked off balance. Kasha in support, but it's played ahead. And Kaprizov knocked off his stick back in. And That's offside.
Well, I like the fact, even though you've got the dangerous line for the Wild, you saw Muzzin pinch in at the other side. That's having trust in everybody's responsibilities. Both sides anxiously trying to get the extra point and finish this thing off. But one of those challenges, if you're a defenseman, we've seen a lot of Muzzin and Hall and an awful lot of Morgan Rielly and Brodie in this third period. Not a lot of the third pair.
And Brodie did well to ward off Duhaime, and the Leafs start back as it's flipped over the outstretched glove of Talbot. And there was Kerfoot got hooked down there by Sturm. Play continues. Now Nylander trying to get away from Bjugstad in front. And Talbot, a nice stop there off Tavares as Nylander creates a chance. That one wide of the net. Tavares centers it. Kerfoot tied up in front. As the Leafs with a push here. Well, back the other way. Kulikov got it deep. Turns back as Minnesota starts to change. Tavares up ahead for Simmons. The Leafs changing as well. Simmons trying to work his way in as that big line for Minnesota comes out with Greenway, Eriksson Ek, and Foligno. Jake Muzzin takes a look, spots Ritchie, was unable to take that pass cleanly. Matthews on it. Matthews, Simmons, and Ritchie again here in the third. And Ritchie throws it toward the net, and that goes wide. Matthews on it first. Upped it back to Hall, bounced it through. It comes back to Matthews. In the slot, Simmons tied up. As Foligno is there, but they don't clear. It's kept in by Muzzin. After it goes Ritchie against Dumba. Big Ritchie leans on Dumba along the boards. From the scrum, the puck comes loose for Foligno first, and he'll roll it down. Is that going to be enough for icing? It is an icing call against Minnesota.
It's amazing how the game changes. Don't you see the Leafs tired, ice it twice. Well, now you got the Minnesota Wild chasing in their own zone. There's the good play by Nylander again out in the slot. Just goes by. Oh yeah, Talbot got a bit of that with his stick and it went by his pad and off the post. But here's your first icing from a fairly tired line for the Minnesota Wild. A minute.
So the Leafs will try and put this line into the grinder. Rielly for Brodie, and that shot sailed high on the netting, and that'll get the Wild change they were looking for.
I don't know if we can see the reaction of Brodie. He can't believe he just did that. You basically let them off the hook, and he was looking skyward as Rielly put it over there. I don't think the idea was getting the shot from Brodie, but keep the pressure on. Now you've got a fresh line for the Minnesota Wild.
Just checking the times. Rielly topping the Leafs tonight with almost 23 minutes right off the faceoff. Nylander testing Talbot. Shots now even at 35 apiece. That one set down the ice, and Brodie gets back first. Wraps it around to center. It got past Nylander. Goligoski sends it back into center ice area. Kerfoot there for Toronto. Knocked off his stick by Bjugstad. Ahead for the captain. And now rolled through. Spezza's on it again. His 47th two-goal game here tonight. And Spezza comes back to pick the pocket of Bjugstad. Bunting, Matthews, hot shot right on. After some great work by Jason Spezza. Might be his best game of the season, and Spezza nearly had another chance there. Got tied up, and Minnesota clears.
Another example how Spezza can still have his legs. I mean, he backtracked that one, made the great stick move, and that almost ended up as your go-ahead goal as Matthews had a good shot on net.
Puck flipped high in the air with 95 seconds remaining here in the third period. And a pass for Fiala. Backhand. Campbell's got the answer again as Jack Campbell makes his 33rd stop of the night.
Well, number 16's out, so number 19 getting his chance. And look at that back pressure and just great hands. Don't take a penalty. Get the puck going the other way, and it ends up with a good shot on goal by Matthews that had a chance, now coming back the other way. Fiala with the backhander, and Campbell able to hold on, give a tap to his D-man as he just tracked that one, made sure that the Leafs were able to get their change.
Talbot getting some adjustments at the Minnesota bench, and that gave the Wild a chance to confer, and the Leafs as well in their own zone.
Well, I'm sure Sheldon Keefe's going, you've already used your timeout, so here's your effective second timeout. As Talbot goes and buys himself a little bit of time.
34 stops for Talbot, 33 for Campbell. And a big face-off win in the defensive zone by David Kemp. Kasha off the boards, can't clear. All back behind the Leaf net. Under duress. Kaprizov tying him up. Zuccarello trying to get it loose. Muzzin battling against Kaprizov. To the line for Dumba. Swats it back in. Hall looks up ice. This is where the Leafs want that quick breakout and finally get it out. And Kasha rolls it inside the Minnesota line. In the final minute there of the third period. From 3-0 down to 3-3. TJ Brody ahead. The indirect for Tavares. Turned back by Brodin. And Kaprizov gets there first. Around for Hartman. Nylander ties him up, and Kerfoot took it away. Up for William Nylander. Morgan Rielly gets it into the Minnesota zone, under a half minute remaining. Back comes Greenway, who had that late first period goal. Foligno dashing in, and he ran Campbell, and Campbell's down, and play continues. Campbell up, and Foligno gives a little tap to Campbell. On one last rush, look out, Kulikov! Kulikov again! Fans on it at the horn. And what a wild sequence in that last 20 seconds.
I don't think Sheldon Keefe can believe that an arm didn't come up here. It's just
look at Keefe.
An aggressive move to the net. Credit good speed there, but nobody touches Foligno, and he gets right to the head of Campbell as Campbell stands his ground, makes a good pad save, but there's the collision there that he can't believe. Now Campbell had to regroup himself and makes two saves at the end. Nice job shuffling across, even as awkwardly as it was, but thankfully Campbell okay as he got hit awfully hard on that play.
This overtime brought to you by Subway. Enjoy Canadian farm-raised seasoned chicken in any sub, salad, or wrap. Subway, eat fresh.
Well, Sheldon Keefe jumped over the bench and wanted a word. I think for Leaf fans, the big relief here is that Jack Campbell's okay.
Yeah, and you know, there's a split-second decision. You look and say, okay, do you play like you got hit hard and try to draw a penalty, maybe try to fake it? Instead, he just had to try to regroup and handle himself. He got hit right in the head, and if he stays down, you know, you might have to go to concussion protocol if he actually is hurt, but I can't believe nobody touched Foligno, and there's clear contact to the head. That should have been a penalty. He doesn't make that play a goal. Leafs, in my opinion, should be on the power play in that. Oh, yeah. Right in his crease, not touched from behind. That one's a missed call that I think Sheldon Keefe is right to be still talking to the official about right now.
Leafs 3-1 in overtime. The Wild 3-0 3-on-3. They've also gone to 3 shootouts, winning 2 of those. The Leafs have not been in a shootout this season.
You mentioned the game that it all started for the Toronto Maple Leafs on this hot start, and it was William Nylander in Chicago in overtime, and Matthews and Nylander. We've seen a lot of Tavares and Nylander as they were playing together, but the hunch here for Sheldon Keefe is start with Matthews and Nylander, see if you can end this thing quickly.
Up against Eriksson Ek, Kaprizov, and Brodin. Matthews, Nylander, Rielly. More ice for Kaprizov. And here he comes. Kaprizov shot off Riley. In behind Eriksson Ek, tied up by Nylander for a moment. And it bounces back out to center. So first possession, Minnesota. And now Kaprizov stumbled, and Riley quickly attacks him, but Kaprizov got it back. Leafs got caught on a change. Brodin had a wide open lane to the net and could not catch up to the puck.
Oh, good read, though, by Campbell. He got out there quickly. You're right. Brodin can't believe that he wasn't able to kick that one with his skate in control. You got Riley already in position, and that one just got by him, and Jack Campbell ended up hitting the round spot into the bench, so it's not a penalty, but a really good, smart, aggressive read by Campbell to get that puck out.
Now Tavares, Kerfoot, Sandin, Hartman with Fiala and Goligoski. Alex Kerfoot through center. Attacking Hartman, trying to get to the net. He'll leave it for Sandin, who lost it along the boards, and Fiala starts back. Kevin Fiala's got a step. Kerfoot trying to cut him off, and Campbell with a good stick. Great stick by Campbell to prevent a highlight reel attack from Fiala. Leafs want to change it up. Tavares, well, he'll stay on. Work in, fire off the blocker of Talbot. And now back to the line for Muzzin. It's Tavares with Bunting in front. And Muzzin a backhand. It popped up in the air. Bunting fighting for it. But up with it was Fiala. And Kasha out at center. And he'll spin back. And now move back in with Muzzin and Bunting. Jake Muzzin, stop. Jake Muzzin again will turn back. As Fiala blocked that shot. And now the Leafs want fresh troops out. So Kasha goes for a skate. Hands it off. Here's the guy they want with the puck. Matthews, but pinned there on a good defensive play by Hartman.
That is, I think Matthews' eyes lit up seeing that it was a forward, but Hartman did a great job of not overplaying, not playing the puck, just took the body.
Now it's Kaprizov on the backhand. Went forehand, but couldn't get the shot to the net. Tying up Nylander, who moves it ahead. Riley from Matthews to Nylander. Over the line, Matthews, Riley, and he tried to knife that one towards Talbot, who comes out to make the save.
Well, you got exhausted Leafs on the ice here. I wouldn't even be surprised if Sheldon Keefe maybe took a timeout, but Nylander did all the work in the defensive zone, then hops up and able to chip that one back. And at the end there, Riley knew that he wasn't able to get a close off and get a shot, just made sure that the puck didn't go the other way. Chris, a really important play there is to chip it in and not get caught and allow the Wild to be going back 2-on-1.
Now it's Tavares and Engvall out. Engvall tried to feed the point, picked off by Zuccarello. Takes a look and spots Dumba with him. Here's Zuccarello. And the late man, Kaprizov, fired that wide. Oh, he won't get a better look than that. Dumba turns it back to Kaprizov. They bump each other, and the Leafs get on it. And Rasmus Sandin now looks up ice. Here's Sandin over the line with Tavares. Sandin to the net. Tavares shooting. Knocked down in front. And Kaprizov starts back with Dumba. Over the line, Kirill Kaprizov. Already his 20th assist registered tonight. Back out with Zuccarello and Dumba. Matt Dumba's shot doesn't get through, and Kaprizov had his stick lifted by Tavares. Kaprizov in front again, Zuccarello, Dumba right on, and Campbell will hold on to that. A minute 24 of 3-on-3 left.
You got 6 guys on the ice that are just exhausted of end-to-end action. Kaprizov coming down Main Street, tried to go up and over the glove just a little bit wide. Sandin, a little give and go with Tavares. That curl and drag created a great chance. That good save at the other end. And then Campbell tracking that one across, able to hold on as well. Talbot making one save, Campbell another at the other end.
Talbot 9-2-2 when facing over 40 shots in his career. And he's faced 41 from the Leafs tonight. That puck popped loose in front of the net. Chance. Campbell to stop. Rebound. And rolled wide. Another huge stop by Jack Campbell. And away goes Spezza with Morgan Riley. A 2-on-1. Jason Spezza. And he was checked by Bodine. And Spezza took a high stick. And the Leafs are going to get a power play in the final minute of overtime.
And boy, if there's no call here, it's back the other way for the Minnesota Wild. The puck battle out of the corner. It's the Wild, a 2-on-1. That quick little turnaround, and how about Campbell? Makes the first save and then gets some help there by Morgan Riley. A stop up. Oh boy, never really hit him at all. Boy, no kidding. You hear the reaction of the crowd. Where's the penalty? Okay, you got a little slash there, maybe on the shoulder. But the appearance from Spezza was that he got hit in the face, and he did not.
But he did go down the tunnel, and it might be a hand problem that has forced him out.
I thought more even shoulder the way he reacted. Made a quick move, got slashed straight. Oh no, maybe on the left hand. Yeah. Anyways, the call that they didn't get on Jack Campbell, they just got there. Keep an eye on the hands. Anything get down on, oh yeah, the left hand and the top hand there. So there was the slash. Looked like it got up, but you know, old time Billy Guerin there, Evason there. We've done that a million times and doesn't get called. What an opportunity here to punctuate this comeback game for the Toronto Maple Leafs.
So the Leafs 2 for 4 on the night. Looking for a game winner. William Nylander back to Riley. A one-time pass across, and it is deflected out by Kulikov. And the Leafs will re-rack. That pass too far for Matthews. Kulikov's on it. An outlet here for Eriksson Ek. And speeding down the ice, Kulikov 2-on-1. And Morgan Riley breaks that up with a great stick to deflect it out.
Boy, that had promise, didn't it? A just quick little turnaround. A couple of errant passes and good sticks by the Wild. Eriksson Ek took a quick little look. Can I make the pass? And fortunate for Riley, he made the decision to come with his stick over in the shooting lane, and he's able to make that deflection and not allow that one to get through.
So it's a defensive zone face-off for the Leafs power play. And a couple dozen seconds remaining to end this one without a shootout. Nylander over the line. Here's Riley. Tavares on the left side. Back to the 3-assist man. Riley to Nylander. Final 10 seconds. It'll be Matthews. Nylander. Oh, on the stick side. Talbot just got enough. And time running out here. And the Leafs will go to their first shootout of the season.
You can see the tired bodies as Leafs pressing. A lot of the same guys playing throughout this entire overtime. There's just a long pass across, and Talbot able to get enough of it. That was a tough adjustment for Nylander. Might have had enough that it might have snuck in had Talbot not been able to react, but he gets the skate down as he did on Nylander earlier and makes that save.
Let's join Kyle.
Well, Chris, still to come tonight on Hockey Night in Canada. From Vancouver, the West Coast, the Canucks and the Penguins on CBC and Sportsnet. The Canucks on a 2-game win streak. Penguins trying to snap a 3-game slide. Guests on After Hours this week. Thatcher Demko, the goaltender for Vancouver, and Penn's president of Hockey Ops and former Sportsnet colleague, Brian Burke, join Scott Oak and John Garrett. Chris?
Well, that'll be must-watch tonight. And it has been a must-watch night on a Saturday night from many different spots, including here at the XL Energy Center in St. Paul. 39 stops for Cam Talbot, 37 saves for Jack Campbell. And who makes more stops here in a shootout to decide it?
And both goaltenders have just had an amazing year. 12 wins coming in for Talbot and 13, of course, for Campbell.
Again, Minnesota 2-1 in a shootout this year, and they start with Matt Zuccarello. And what a nifty piece of work that was.
Wow, you could see the reaction of Campbell. He bit. And anytime as a player, when you make this kind of a hard move and you get the goaltender to go down and slide, you know you got him. Good patience by Zuccarello and just an excellent move to put that one in the back of the net.
Well, again, first time we've seen the Leafs in a shootout this year, and we'll get to see Ondrej Kase first for the Leafs. And Kase 7 for 15 in his career. Needs to get the Leafs even. And stopped by Talbot.
Yeah, as a right-handed shot, so often you try to fake the shot to the glove side to get the goaltender to anticipate more, and just a little bit too much speed, wasn't able to get it across and around the blocker on Talbot.
Kevin Fiala 7 for 23. He's got a lot of moves. But Campbell's got the answer to keep the Leafs within one.
Well, you remember the Zuccarello move. He bit and went down to his knees. Here, he just stays calm. Just an excellent job of moving laterally, not overreacting, and making an excellent save.
Auston Matthews has his 14th of the year tonight. 7 for 23. Matthews in. Wow. We're tied in the shootout.
So there's the fluid movement, as you said, coming in. Kase wasn't able to do. Watch just the quick puck movement. Now you're moving it about 3 feet from right to left, or left to right, and then up and over the glove. There's just not much you could do as a goaltender on that quick of a movement.
I'd like to welcome viewers at Montreal-Nashville game in the shootout, tied at 1. Kirill Kaprizov, and he scores. And now the Leafs need one to tie again.
That's just nasty as you watch Matthews do it at one end. Just watch the hands and confidence just flipping it up. He knows as soon as the poke check is coming there from Campbell, it's just lift and up and over into the open net.
So it's on Nylander to keep it alive for the Leafs. Nylander to keep it going, but Talbot has the answer. And the Minnesota Wild have won this one in a shootout.
You saw Nylander try to go over the glove, didn't get it high enough. Kept going in the same movement. Talbot anticipated. He's been a battler. Lost a 3-goal lead, but in the shootout, able to make one more save than his counterpart at the other end for his 13th win of this season.
So the Leafs get a point and will head to Winnipeg, and the Wild now with a 6-game winning streak as they post their 17th victory of the year. 4-3 the final as we say so long from St. Paul and head to Ottawa.